What's up, stranger?
Stress. Been looking for work.
What you looking for?
2 ounces of hard white.
Bitch.
People are always asking me, Kiki, the books that you write, is that about you? Is that about your life? I used to rob drug dealers. I used to traffic drugs. I was a savage. I used to get it, and I didn't care who I got it from.
I've been looking for you for 2 weeks. Where is my money?
And now I can sit here and show you guys a glimpse of my life before I turned it around.
I'm gonna ask you one more time, Kiki. Think harder, right? Where's my goddamn money at?
Mrs. Santana, you look stunning. What are you wearing? And tell us about this new venture in the fashion industry.
I'm wearing a piece from my own line. It's called Kais, designed by my brilliant partner and friend, Karen Blackwell.
Wow. Look at Adriana Santana. She's hot. I don't see Louis anywhere, though. I noticed Sheldon Chisholm and his family are here. Not to mention the other half-dozen criminals in here.
Oh, no, you don't. We're here to have fun.
But why are you here alone? Where's your recently acquitted husband, Louis?
Louis is back home resting. He has his share of bright lights and cameras. We just want to leave that whole thing behind us.
No work today. We've been here for 5 minutes and you're already profiling people? Come on now.
And what else are you looking to see tonight?
All of my friends and to show off her brilliant work. Everything that you're about to see.
We can't wait for it.
The only reason I invited you is because you're my best friend and we never get to spend time together. Plus, you're killing it in that dress. Here comes Jess. I wanted to introduce you to.
You done?
Roger that.
Then why do you have it?
She told me to keep it!
I'll be out in a minute. Stop with the lies!
He's a very flashy Haitian with a penchant for violence. There's no one to play with, Haitian.
Where's my goddamn money at?
Sakura is dead.
Play with me again. I'm tired of hearing you talk all the time. Save it. Save it.
She's my friend. She's my friend.
But I will not give up. I will not give in. And I will not get caught. Time to go hunting.
And the winner is Wes Clark. Congratulations.
Yes, she's my mother.
Rock stars. There is nothing like those wild, rebellious party animals. Entry number 60.
When I decided to pursue acting, I never thought it was this difficult after weeks of being homeless, jobless, sleeping on my friends' couches. I'm finally here!
Just take care.
What are you doing?
Yourself. Shh. What's going on?
Tribe, they're
Terry.
coming.
Where have you been? I've been calling you on your cell phone all day.
At work.
Faith wake up dope sick, fiending for a snip. Left the house, ain't tell her husband she was gone, she just dipped.
Why is it that you are taking large sums of money out of our account every single day?
While her family's at home, she's out there chasing that high. Roaming up and down the block, she run into this pimp guy. He's conversating with her, asked her if she trying to make cash. Next thing you know, she's in front of the pink house selling the ass. Then she gets dope sick again. She need that boy, so she out there searching again. She's tired of her life. For years she done wrong. Now she wanna do right. She go to rehab to get the help she need, and she tell her family.
I'm Yoshi Lomax, superstar attorney at law and fugitive.
So, you're the famous Yoshi Lomax. Probably more infamous.
I'm on the run from the federal government for crimes that I didn't commit.
Gentlemen, I'm Deputy U.S. Marshal Sharon Starr. I'll be taking things from here.
Not to mention being on the hit list of at least 3 of Miami's major crime bosses.
I wanted to apologize in person for leaving so abruptly last night.
Welcome back.
That's Vladimir Kuzetsov, a Russian crime boss. He's been a suspect in over a dozen missing person cases.
I mean, I didn't get here to be this successful for doing things the American way.
I need a list of the jury for my case with Hanju.
Oh, really? What's that worth to you? Oh my God, you're such a good...
Mr. Santana is to be released upon processing.
So what do you know about Sheldon Chisholm?
What do you want to know about him?
I really need to know if you're going to take my case. I don't have time to play, Miss Lomax.
Money is not a problem. You know anything about his case?
It's being handled by agents in my field office.
I've learned that in this game of life, in order to win,
Ready to dance?
you gotta play dirty. You might look at me and see a beautiful, confident, successful woman.
Congratulations, counselor. Yet another win.
But underneath, I'm flawed. I'm broken. And I'm scared. So I have no choice but to run until I can find a way to clear my name.
Miss Lomax is now considered a fugitive of the United States. Catching fugitives is my business, which makes her my suspect. You and your associates are relieved.
Look. She killed one of our own.
But I will not give up.
All right, people, listen up. Get a picture of Miss Lomax out there so the public knows what she looks like.
I will not give in.
Okay. People, we got a game plan. Let's break and execute.
I will not get caught.
Time to go hunt.
So we have the extended version of the dream sequence right here. Sheldon comes to visit Yoshi in her hotel room after their meeting. Yoshi looks a little nervous at first, but then you see things get a little steamy after he throws her against the wall. And right here, Yoshi thinks she has everything under control because that's how she manipulates men, through her sexuality. So In her mind, she has him right where she wants him. You see, that's Yoshi though. She's hot, she's sexy, she's manipulative. She uses sex to get the upper hand on men. Get the win no matter what the cost. And as you can see, this is not exactly the result she was looking for. We shot this scene in Atlanta. Chuck Gomez was the director of photography. Great scene, good acting by Zasha and Wilner.
For pop R&B artist Jamela.
I picked Kelly. Yeah!
Handle this in the morning, please?
No, I think I want to handle this right now. You can give your time to the studio boy, but I think your man can get a few minutes. All right? Hey, don't walk away from me.
You're hurting me. Stop, please.
Get in the car.
I've been down this roller coaster, around in circles. We go trips around the moon. So confused, so scared, so in love, so unfair. It's so unfair, yeah.
Chastity, Maria, Sydney, Mackenzie, and Lucy. Well, hello, ladies. I'm Bella. I have a question for everyone. Why do you think rich men cheat? Control, attention, power. Here, you will learn how to gain ownership of all. Are you ready to take that step?
Up, y'all, this is Rayon Lawrence, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Catherine Nunez, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director and the Council on the IE Network.
Real Talk.
Hey, I'm Gina Lou, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Logan Browning, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Real Talk.
Hi, this is Alana De La Garza, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, I'm Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. You're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, this is Monique Dupree, and you are watching Real Talk with the Director on Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, I'm Stormy Maya, and you are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
It's Vicky Judy, Orange is the New Black, and I'm here with Real Talk.
Yo, what up? This is Jay Ellis, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. Keep it locked.
Hi, I'm Frida Parks. You're listening to Real Talk Radio with the Director. Hey, I'm Issa Rae, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Nothing more, nothing less. What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk with the Director and the Jedi Council. I'm the Director. We'll be with you for the next 120 minutes or so. Real Talk's brought to you each and every Monday by B2S Media and Groupie, the blueprint of a self-made millionaire. Now streaming on Tubi. We broadcast live via the World Wide Web on youtube.com/IE Network TV. Of course, the social network, Facebook, and also on IG. You can also catch us on Twitter, aka X, formerly known as Twitter. So what's up, man? Welcome back. The 29th, we're at the end of April. Coming into... Oh, I should be putting up my Justin Timberlake meme, because you know in a few days it's gonna be May. So I don't know if people know that joke. That's an old joke, but I do it every year because he just basically sounds like he's saying it's gonna be May, but he's saying me. But he says it's gonna be May. That's what it sounds like. So that's the whole running joke for people who don't know, especially the new cats, the younger cats. Like, what the hell does that mean? It means Justin Timberlake doesn't know how to say the word me in the lyrics. It sounds like he's saying May. Anyway, so Sue, I usually around this time I usually have my Justin Timberlake meme up saying, you know what's coming next week. It's gonna be May. So May is right around the corner. Got some special things going on in May, right? You know, we got anniversaries, we got birthdays, we got Mother's Day, we got May the 4th be with you, Star Wars Day. Not bad, not bad. A lot going on in May. So yeah, speaking of anniversaries, it is the 50th anniversary of The Godfather Part 2. The Godfather Part 2, as of I want to say February 20th, it turned 50 years old. Godfather Part 2 being the sequel to the acclaimed film, also directed by Francis Ford Coppola, The Godfather, starring Al Pacino. Well, Godfather 2 is also starring Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, the first time they ever worked together, but they didn't work together. They were in the same movie, but they never actually worked together in this film, which was interesting. It was nerve-wracking for some people that wanted to see them on the screen together, but they couldn't possibly be that because De Niro was busy playing a young version of Vito Corleone, the Godfather from the first one. And of course, Al Pacino was reprising his role of Michael Corleone. So we did not get to see them work together till, I don't know how many years later, but to the 90s when they worked together in the film Heat. And now that's a whole nother thing. But anyhow, happy anniversary or happy birthday, what do you want to call it, to The Godfather Part 2. In honor of that, we want to know from you guys in the chat room and everywhere else, what are your top 5 go-to mob flicks? Right? You could do 10 if you like, but 5, you don't have to do 10. I'm gonna do 10. I'm pretty sure the rest of the council will do 10, but if not, we'll do 5. But what is your go-to mob flick? All right, in order, meaning from your least to your favorite, least favorite to your most favorite. Go starting at 10 being obviously your least, and 1 being obviously your most favorite. See how that is. Shout out to everybody over on Instagram. We appreciate y'all. What up? What up? What up? We want to see if we can bring you down here so I'm not always turning away. Somebody gave me some critique the other day. Was like, stop turning away from the camera, but I'm looking at the screen. So I got all my screens set up and they're like, stop looking at it, stop turning away. So I'm gonna bring our Instagram page over here. And what up, Instagram peoples? Yeah. What up? What up? What up? Ready to say, yo, you best be up. Why? Because The Godfather Part 2 is that old? I don't know. But why you say that? Why you say that? See that? Oh yeah, happy anniversary, The Godfather. Yeah, Part 2. Yeah, that's what's up. Like again, once again, everybody over in the live room on Instagram, we appreciate you joining us. Hang around, check us out, and of course, our Facebook fam. What up, yo? You know, cats from Detroit say, what up, though? We gonna say, but here in New York, well, I'm not in New York right now, but I'm a New Yorker. We say, what up, yo? So, Detroit says, what up, though? We say, what up, yo? So, welcome, of course, to the show. So we'll talk a little bit about the Godfather Part 2 Anniversary. Also, here's an interesting little thing we're going to get into. Disney has pulled the critically acclaimed Jonathan Majors led film Magazine Dreams. That is the film where Jonathan Majors plays an aspiring bodybuilder with pent up aggression, and he has a whole little thing. He's a very multi-dimensional character. Now, this played at Sundance, and people took critical acclaim. Everybody said it was great. I mean, they even likened it to Taxi Driver and Joker, and they said his performance was phenomenal in it. So Disney decides they're going to remove that from the release calendar. And so we don't know. This may go into movie purgatory. We don't know where this is going. And it's very unfortunate. I have a theory on it, but we'll get into it when I get the council on. Also, we said top 10 best mob films. And speaking of that, so while everybody is worrying about what Diddy is doing, there's like a documentary on Tubi by TMZ called The Downfall of P. Diddy. While everybody's worried about the downfall of P. Diddy, guess what? Harvey Weinstein wins his appeal in New York. Now, granted, he's not being released from jail just yet, but this is the first step in it. I mean, the conviction in New York was overturned. So the conviction that he got in New York was overturned. Now, obviously, he's got evictions in California, other places, but I just think that's an interesting thing that while everybody is, worrying about what did he do it, did he didn't do it, did he, guess who's working on getting the heck out of prison? Like I said, it hasn't happened yet, but keyword yet. So y'all keep an eye on that. She already put Jess already put her in there, 5 in there. She said Reservoir Dogs, New Jack City. Nice one. Casino, Scarface, Godfather. I'm rocking with that, Jess. I'm rocking with that. I like that. Oh, what up, King? Andre Oates in the building. What up, my dude? Peace, King. I appreciate you dropping through. Yeah, put your 5 in there. Put your top 5 in there, man. Top 5. What's your go-to mob flicks? Jess already said, and we appreciate you, Jess. Thank you. She said, once again, Reservoir Dogs, New Jack City, Casino, Scarface, and The Godfather. I'm going to assume she put it in that order from least to best, or least favorite to best favorite. Reservoir Dogs, is that a mob flick? I guess so. It's a gangster flick. Yeah, because they were, that's more, it's funny, it's more like a heist film than mob film, but I'm gonna let it slide. That's what she like. I love Tarantino. Anyone who knows me with my filmmaking, that's why I'm dialogue heavy. All my actors, shout out to all my actor friends out there. Y'all know I'm dialogue heavy. It's the Tarantino in me. Pause, no Diddy. And but that's my Quentin Tarantino thing. He is one of my favorite filmmakers. So that's a nice 5, Jess. Anybody else, man, over in Instagram, drop your 5 in there. Okay. All right. Rada says A Bronx Tale, American Gangster, Donnie Brasco, very good one. Goodfellas, and The Godfather. She says all of them. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's close to my list right there. That's definitely close. That's very close to my list. But she's my bestie. This is like my best friend on the whole planet Earth. So I'm sure I knew we would have uh a close list. But I'll give my list a little later. That's dope. I like that. Bronx Tale, American Gangster, Donnie Brasco, Goodfellas, The Godfather. She puts them all on the same level. So yeah. Godfather Part 2, one of the very rare films, right? That was considered by many, not all, to be better than its predecessor. Do you agree or disagree? I should have put that in the poll. I don't know why I didn't do that. I should have put that in the poll. Do Godfather 2 is better than the Godfather, the original Godfather? Is that a yay or a nay? I'm going to put a poll up for that and see what people say. It's one of the first sequels that people thought, well, you know what? This actually might be better than the original. I can't choose because I love them all so much. I mean, Godfather 3, that's like it's definitely the worst of the three. It's my least favorite of the three, but I learned to appreciate that one as well. And we'll talk about it. But Joseph here, what does he say? He says number 5 is Black Caesar, 1973. Okay, Joseph. Give him a lesson, Joseph. Give him a history lesson. Oh no. He said even I haven't seen it ever. Oh God. So why did he say Black Caesar? Nah, let's see what else. I'll put some more in there. Number 3, he put Road to Perdition. Okay. That's what's up for Scarface. 1932 Scarface, but he said I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know if I've ever seen the 1932 version of Scarface because honestly, Joseph, hey, to each his own. This is your list. That was done back in the day where, to me, The Godfather transitioned film, mob films, right? Before that, mob films was like, hey, stick him up. Hey, copper, stick him up. That was mob thing. And see, you gotta give me the money, see? Like that was how mob flicks were portrayed before The Godfather. One of the reasons why The Godfather was made is because Coppola, who another one of my idols is, as a matter of fact, actually the idol, because he is the number one reason why I got into filmmaking. It was Coppola. But he wanted to tell a coherent story, a real story about family, not just about stick 'em up, copper, So, and before The Godfather, that's pretty much how all the mob films were. That's why Italians didn't like it, especially the mob. But Italians didn't like the films because they felt like it was almost like feeling like blackface to Italians, not to liken it to that, but it felt that way for them because it wasn't Italians playing the characters, right? So you had non-Italians playing Italian mafia. They hate the word mafia. They always hated that word. But yeah, it was like the closest thing that they'd have to blackface. What do you got here? He's got New Jack City, Hoodlum. That's a good one. And let's see. And we're gonna bring Ralph in a second. He threw his in the chat room. I'm gonna throw mine in too. Goodfellas, Scarface, The Godfather, New Jack City, and The Untouchables. Yeah, boy, that was my joint. See, my bestie over there, Raider, she had she had the almost everyone that I had. She had A Bronx Tale, which I do have. I did not have American Gangster. I had The Untouchables. The Untouchables. She had Donnie Brasco, which I have. She has Goodfellas, which I have. And she has The Godfather, which obviously now when I'm gonna do 10 because I got The Godfather and Godfather 2 both in the list. And I have a few more in there too. So, we'll throw that in there. So anyway, just run through this weekend recap. We'll bring Ralph in and then we'll get it started. Get this party started. Yo, weekend recap brought to you by BoxOfficeMojo.com for the weekend of April 26th through the 28th. Number 5, Abigail, 5.2 million at the box office, bringing the worldwide total at $28 million, $28.5 million. It opened on April 19th. Number 4 is Civil War, 7 million over the weekend, bringing the worldwide total to $72.2 million. Then we got number 3 is Godzilla and Kong, The New Empire, 7.2 million over the weekend, bringing the worldwide total to $521 million and some change. And number 2, Unsung Hero, which just opened on the 26th this week or last week. $7.7 million worldwide and domestic. It did not have an international release. And number 1 is Challengers. That is the Zendaya-led film. Opens at what was the opening? 15 million opening in 3,400 theaters. Worldwide is 25 million, 25.3 million, some change. That's the number 1 film of the week. And that is your weekend recap. Brought to you by BoxOfficeMojo.com. What up, what up, what up? And you are watching, listening, and tuning into Real Talk, the director of the Jedi Council. I am the director. And I brought my Jedi Council with me. One of them's here. The other one probably on the way. Ralph, you're in the building. What's up, brother? Welcome back.
What's up, everybody? I'm gonna make you all an offer you can't refuse. Your top 5 mob movies, right? I'm sitting here looking at the chat room, and I must say, I'm really impressed with some of you out there coming with your mob titles, right?
Yeah.
But we're here to find out what were the 5 best ones that you liked. So I'm gonna put this out to all the families out there. I see you over there in Yonkers. I see the Bronx. I see Miami. I see Los Angeles. Let's come together and come up with a cohesive list of our top 5 all-time gangster movies.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at Joseph. I'm looking at Joseph's list. Now, Joseph, I like your list. I'm looking at it right now. I don't think Desperado is a mob movie, but I'm gonna let you have that one.
Yeah, that's kind of like I gave Jess. I gave her Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs, in my opinion, is not a mob movie. It's more of a heist film. It's
right.
A heist
film, because I originally had Heat down in my top 5 until you said it. I thought about saying, realistically speaking, it is a heist movie. So I can't put that. It's like
Heat is a heist film.
Yeah, it's like I was at one point I would put, because of its popularity, the Fast and the Furious, take away the cars, the overall story, but that's a heist movie. It's not a mob movie, right?
Yeah.
So
Once
I wouldn't
again,
put
heist
that one.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. another one, mob
Now,
film
but
had, mostly, gangster film, mob film. Joseph did put Road to Perdition. That's a mob film. That's a mob film.
see, even with that one, really, realistically
It's a
speaking,
gangster film.
I'm not even going to put it as a gangster film because it's based upon a gangster, but really it's a revenge flick. If you really
Well,
break it down,
yeah.
it's really a revenge
Yeah,
flick.
if you look at it that way, but I mean, at least, yeah, it is more
It's
at its core. It's a revenge flick.
a revenge flick, right?
Yeah,
Now,
at its
I'm sitting
core.
here and I'm looking at, and I'm thinking of this
New Jack City, LA.
when he is putting Desperado, and I just said that it's not a mob movie, but you know something? If you're going to count a cartel, yeah, then
Cartel.
yes.
That's a mob.
So
Cartel is a mob.
So I would put with that Sicario over Desperado.
Sicario is a
Traffic.
cartel flick. Traffic. Hell, Colombiana, which is also kind of like a revenge flick,
movie.
but that's a revenge movie. Yeah. That's cool. Well, I mean, a lot of these are interesting ones. As I said, my girl over on Instagram, she gave a list that's very close. She has four. She got 4 out of 4 titles that I have in my list. She got A Bronx Tale, she got American Gangster, she got Donnie Brasco, Goodfellas, and The Godfather. Now, I did not have American Gangster. American Gangster, I don't even know if I did a top 10. I'm not sure. I did like it though, but I don't know. There's so many other ones like Miller's Crossing.
Right, that is in my top 10. Right,
it's probably in my top 10 because Miller's Crossing is in there, and I gotta put what was it called? Mobsters, right? That was with the young with
it was
Lucky
okay.
Luciano and them. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was like the Young
okay.
Guns of mob flicks. That's the way I used to call it. Just like how they did Young Guns, but Young Guns was a better film. But I'm just saying they had the young.
But I got a question though, and this is strictly, could we say The Empire Strikes Back? Because if we're going to talk about mobsters, could you legitimately sit there and say that the Galactic Empire is a version of the mob? They're controlling everything.
No. They're just the Empire, man. The Empire, the man controller. I wouldn't call them that. That's a funny thing. We never really. If there is a space mob flick, I guess it would be that. But that would be interesting to do a space mob film. I mean, think about it.
I don't even know how you do
so
that.
There's a different. Yeah, there's really no way to. It would be. It would be a parody. It'd be too much of a.
Well,
parody.
with that being said, where now the mob is something that is an entity that controls everything. Could you sit there and say that Dune is the closest thing you would get to a mob side movie because they are controlling the planet, they are controlling the spice, right? So could you say that they are the mobsters of Arachnoid?
Well,
I'm just conjecturing.
I hear you. I hear you. What you're saying. I think more of that because of them being more of this empire type of deal. If it tracks more along the lines of like conquering and stuff like that. So it'd be more like like the what do they call like the Greek? What do they call the like the 300 stuff like that? Like those type of films.
Okay.
Like conquerors and stuff like that. The Roman Empire, stuff like that. I think it's tracks more along those films, track more along of those. But the mob flicks really, obviously dealing with the mafia. And it doesn't have to be Italian mafia because Miller's Crossing was like the Irish and mafia, you know what I mean? Which
they cold-hearted. They
are cold-hearted. Yeah.
At least in that movie, they were cold-hearted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. So that's the difference. Like that's why I call them like a mob flick because they're not really there's a difference between a mob flick and gangster flick, like gang. It was two types of gangs, right? There's gangsters like gang bangers, so you're talking like the Warriors and stuff like that, the
Colors.
Wanderers, Colors, so dealing with gangs and stuff like that. But mob flicks or mafia flicks, then yeah. But I say mob.
So I
flicks,
I could. So then, if that's the case, I could certainly put down there. Although a lot of people say to say The Departed, I'd put the movie that Departed is based on Hard Boiled. That is a mobster movie. All the way,
most definitely.
You know, the Yakuza is. I don't want to mess with those guys.
Yeah, no, the Yakuza, forget about it. You don't. That's like they they have no whatever. Yakuza and the cartel have nothing. Like, it doesn't matter. They'll eliminate your entire family. Matter of fact, they rather do that. They like the Italian families have some sort of code, right? Like, they don't usually go after your entire bloodline, but that's what the Yakuza will go after, your entire bloodline, as well as the cartel, because they don't want anybody coming back and getting them later on revenge.
No, hell, they'll even kill your dog, your cat,
everything.
Bird,
Any chance. Yeah,
anybody
if the parrot if the parrot witnessed it, he's dead. That's it. The cartel and the Yakuza, they want to eliminate especially Yakuza, they want to eliminate your bloodline. Period. They don't want any chance of anybody. It could be your great grandchild that comes back and avenges their great
death.
You know what I'm saying? To avenge your death. Yeah, and it's Kev joining us. We bring Kev in. Kev, welcome back. We're talking about how heartless the Yakuza and cartel are when it comes to these cats want to erase your entire bloodline. Period. You got more like
the Mexicans.
Italian. Yeah. So I said any of the cartel, Mexican cartel, any of the cartels and the Yakuza, forget about it. They
wipe out everybody.
I said, forget about it. Yeah. Now like I said, the Italians, the Irish, like, they have some sort of code. Like, they don't go for your entire bloodline like that. They really, because number one, it's not personal.
That's still a code. You can't say that that's not a code. That's still a code. That's the code of wipe out everything. I don't want for you to come, to come back. I don't want for you to come back at 8:23 out the blue, and I'm at a bar having a drink, and you come stab me in the neck. No, give it to everybody.
Well, you saw what happened to Sonny with Bronx Tale.
Yeah,
he came back. Dude came back. Sonny caught him right in his happiest moment. He's like, I ain't never seen Sonny so happy. And then next he's at all the smiling faces, and you see one face that wasn't smiling. You knew what was about to happen. So
and that's what did Ray Liotta said? What did Ray Liotta say? He said,
your murderers come with smiles.
Smiles.
Yep.
And you get out of your happiest
your murderers come with smiles. Yeah, your murderers coming. He said it's usually somebody that you're really close to and trust, and they're the ones that do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, your murderers come with smiles, bro. That's a bar right there. That's a bar.
And here's the thing about the Yakuza. And this is just going by folklore and TV lore. If we're going by TV lore, Yakuza. Here's the thing about them. If you go kill somebody and you don't get them all, now your life is forfeit. Because why?
Exactly. Yep. Oh, yeah. Shoot. Not just your life. Possibly your family might be in danger because you didn't.
Now they kill you. It's a vicious cycle. Yeah, it's a vicious cycle because now you kill this person. Now you got to worry about his whole family coming together. So now all of them got to die. It's
it's just crazy, man.
I think that's probably, you know what? I'll take back what I said. That's probably why the Italians and the Irish have a code. Like, yo, we just can't keep killing everybody. Who's gonna be left?
Can't keep killing everybody like this. Yeah, and there'll be nothing left. There'll be nothing left, and I agree. That's probably why they do it. It's like, yo, there'll be nothing left, bro. We got to, you know. So, yeah, they have codes.
Somebody needs to talk to the Russians. Somebody needs to talk to the Mexicans.
Oh yeah, we ain't forgot about the Russians.
And the Jewish Russians, because those are and the Israeli mafia. That's nobody talking about that, but behind the scenes, they are not to be messed with either.
Nah, none of them are. That's for sure. None of them are. It's just crazy how, you know, the Japanese, you know, they think about, you know, bloodline. They think of 3 generations down the line. Like, yes. You know, they're like, yeah, let's make sure his great grandson doesn't come back. You know. Now, granted, as depicted in The Godfather, in The Godfather Part 2, actually. Now, the Sicilians back in Sicily, they wouldn't necessarily kill the women, which they did though if they needed to, but they killed the sons. They killed all the males in family. You know what I mean? Because that's the same thing. They don't want the male coming back. That's what happened. That's the beginning of The Godfather Part 2, right? Where she's begging Don and whatever his name was. I forgot his name.
Please spare what's his name's life.
Yeah. Spare Vito's life. He's all
that's
I got.
That's why they got him out of Dodge.
Yeah. That's why he got him out of there. Well, he got himself out of there, and the town helped him because they shot the mother right in front of him. He already witnessed his brother get shot. They killed the husband already, killed the father, killed the oldest brother, and then she's like, "Please don't kill him. That's all he's got. He doesn't even talk. He's weak, and he's like, he may grow strong one day and come back and kill me." So it's like, he got to go.
Spoiler alert.
I know he got to go. So, and then the mother, of course, you know, took a knife to him, told everybody back up, Vito, get out of here, and then and they proceeded to light her ass up. So,
but here's can we just keep it a buck about that though? Because let's just keep it a buck. In real life, that kid wouldn't have made it to the boat. And if he would have even got to the docks, somebody would have snatched his little ass up.
Well, he got
the sake of storytelling, they had to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for the sake of storytelling, they had to do what they had to do. But in real life, if you want to stop something, there's no stopping you from stopping it. Like, as try as you might, I mean, how many? All of us has been in fights before, and that dreaded feeling of have to have a fight, whether you win or lose. That dreaded feeling of having a fight after school, that the butterflies in your stomach, like, God damn, I got to go fight this dude after school. It's like, but now it's different because now it's like your life is on the line, and now you running, but in your heart of hearts, you know you're not getting away. Like, that's a real, like, you know that no matter where you go, if this Don really controls all of Sicily, how are you really getting away? Like that, like, to me, that was kind of it wasn't a bad plot hole, because again, you know, for the sake of storytelling, he had to get away in order for the story to become
the town helped him. That's what it is. The people of the town helped him. They hid him at the risk of their own lives. They hid him, and got him out of town. That, you know, because he was walking around town all night saying, "Whoever is harboring this kid is going to answer to me."
going to die.
Give him up now and save your life. You know what I'm saying? And he kept saying, whoever is harboring Vito Antolini is going to answer to me. He was saying that the whole night. And by that time he had already, they were like, hey, they did what they could. They got him to the border or wherever they got him to, and he got on the boat. So there was but I mean, with that being said, Sicily is a whole nother animal when it comes to, as opposed to the Americanized version of the Sicilians and the Italians and the mafia down over there in Sicily.
Because technically speaking, Sicilians don't even consider themselves Italians.
No.
To use the country phrase.
No, they didn't back then. The Italians, yep. They always used to say that the running joke was the Italy is the boot and Sicily is the little thing that the boot is kicking. If you look at it on the map, Italy, that part of Italy is kind of shaped like a boot, and it looks in the little island of Sicily. Italy looks like it's kicking it. The boot is kicking.
And that's why they treated a lot of Sicilians just as they treated a lot of Sicilians just as bad as they treated black people, because they
they treated them bad. Yeah,
it was one and the same.
And that's where really the in Sicily is really where the mafia kind of came from. You know what I mean? Yeah. So 50 years on February 20th is when The Godfather Part 2 debuted. Now the question was, I wanted to make this poll. Let's see if I can still make it. Yeah, start a poll. And it's gonna say The Godfather Part 2 is better than the original part. Now I'm saying original, but better than part 1. True or false? I'm gonna say true or false. All right, The Godfather Part 2 is better than Part 1. True or false? This is what the poll I'm putting up. So everyone coming through the chat room, make sure you take the poll and let me know what you think. This has always been a running argument of it being better than its predecessor. Very few sequels are, but we talked about this before. We pretty much are all agreeing on Aliens being better than Alien. Slightly.
No, slightly there.
No, it is a slightly,
To me, it's slightly, but it is better.
It is better.
It is better. It is better.
Alien is much more horror, artistic driven, and Aliens is a straight up horror action movie.
Horror and action, yeah, and just had it had cooler characters. Like I like the characters from Alien,
Vasquez,
but Aliens had cooler characters.
Yeah.
What about some people have said to me Mad Max was better than the Road Warrior.
No, the other way around. Road Warrior is better than Mad Max.
That's the first one, Road Warrior, right?
No, Mad Max is the first one. Road Warrior is the
okay.
second.
Yeah, that's what I had it backwards. Yeah, Road Warrior was the second one. That's what I meant then. I always get them mixed up on which one was first. Which
I say
first,
yes.
the Mad or the Max, right? Yeah, Road Warrior being better than Mad Max.
I only really got 5. Is those two, Star Trek 2 over the original?
Yes. That's,
Empire
to me,
Empire
light
Star
years
Wars,
better than the original.
Light years. Empire over Star Wars.
Empire. That's the exact one I had too. Empire
And
over
then
Star Wars over
I,
New Hope.
I'm
Right.
yeah, I'm willing to take the Godfather 2 over the Godfather, only because you're dealing with you're not only are you telling a sequel, but at the same time you're giving us the prequel, what rose Corleone to power. And that's
Yeah.
the harder thing to do. That's a whole separate movie, and you combine the two together.
Yeah.
That's the only
Yeah.
real reason why I
And
give the
did it.
nod to Godfather 2.
Good reason. Good reason. Yeah, because it definitely had less. Well, it almost. The funny thing is, a lot of people said it had less violence. It did. It had a little more politics, a little more talking and business, but it had its parts with the violence in there.
Yeah.
But it was definitely that's a tough one. But I think I love the first one so much, so I'm really back and forth with it because the first one is what literally got me into filmmaking, dude. Like, that's what made me want to be a filmmaker, the Godfather.
I'm
And
taking.
only after I saw it wasn't just seeing the Godfather the movie, but after I studied it, read up on it, and saw how Coppola, what he went through to do it. So it just kind of turned me on to filmmaking and just the way he told that story and was able to, like I said, he was able to transition or transcend the mob flick, because up until that point it was, hey copper, hey, yeah, da, da, da. See, that's how they were
Let me
up until
rub you
that
out.
point.
Let me
Yeah,
rub you out.
give me the money, see. Yeah, so yeah, it was like, but like I said, the Italian Americans hated those old mob films, because it was like the closest thing you're gonna get to blackface for a black person, because it wasn't Italians playing the characters; there were other people
Right.
imitating Italians, imitating mobsters, and that was their interpretation of it. So it was almost an insult to them. Not almost, it was an insult, which is why The Godfather caught so much flack, because they was like, "Oh hell no, y'all still making fun of us?" You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And it's like, no, we're not making fun of you. This is about family, bro. This is about this. It's about that. So, okay, and that's what it was. So,
The only other one that's and I said this before, direct line is, I said 5, the number 6. You got to take the Dark Knight over Batman Begins. I think it's vastly
Yep.
superior.
Yeah, you pretty much have everyone that I thought. Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely. I think that's a
I now I take it back.
no brainer.
Uh, Captain America, Winter Soldier over
Winter Soldier
the
over
first one,
the first Avenger.
the first Avenger. Yeah, you got
most definitely. The Winter Soldier is definitely better than the first Avenger. It's better,
Yeah.
The Winter Soldier, in my feel, is one of the best films in the MCU. Period.
Yeah, it really is. But of all the ones that have had, like, and I keep saying direct
That's
line
had
people,
sequels.
because I had said that. I said the people's like, what is direct line sequel? When you see a movie, the next one that comes right after it, because like Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring is a damn good movie. Two Towers is not as good, but Return of the King is better than the Two Towers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But Two Towers is second, so I can't say, well, you can't just skip over. So like when you make the second very next, like Star Trek the motion picture is garbage, but Star Trek 2 is way superior to the
Light
first
years better. Light years better. Yeah. Light years better than the first one. So yeah, I agree. I agree there as well. I can't think of much more. Someone texted me and said T2. I don't think T2 is better than the first Terminator. I think it was cool. It was close to being very cool with the new Terminator and stuff, but just the whole concept of it all, you know, I don't know.
Man,
I
that's
love the first.
that is a tough one.
This
It's
tough.
on any given day you wake up, you can sit there and say yes or no, because man, that is a tough one. Is
It's
it
a
better
tough
than a
one. I
Terminator?
just thought I felt the stakes were higher in the first one because you had a human versus the Terminator, whereas in the second one you had two Terminators against each other. So even though the other Terminator was stronger than one Terminator, you see what I'm saying? Like, to me, the stakes were higher in the first one. That's the only reason why I put it above the second one, because stakes were higher.
Yeah. But very few. Like there are movies that have come out, series that have come out, and like A Nightmare on Elm Street. I love the first one. The second one, nah. But the third one, Dream Warriors, that was the real good one.
Yeah. A third one I liked better. The second one I didn't like. The third one I love. Now I always say this, and I get it. I let's get it straight. The first Nightmare on Elm Street, other than other than Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Wes Craven's New Nightmare is the best one out of all.
That was the best one.
That's the best one. But other than that one, the original Nightmare on Elm Street is the spookiest. It's the scariest one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The other ones is when he
Wes
didn't
Craven's
really have
New Nightmare.
his personality. Yeah, other than Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
I thought that was the best one.
I still have night terrors. I can't even watch that movie alone, because every time I watch that movie, I have some kind of night terror behind it. I don't know what it is about that movie. It's something really, I don't know. It's something different about that one.
Right.
I usually don't dream about a lot of horror movies, but that one sticks for me every time. And I can tell you every place that I've been that I watched that movie and have fallen asleep immediately after, and have had like severe night terrors behind it. Like,
well, he brought it back to the really scary, because we gotta remember Wes Craven really didn't have anything to do with the other ones after the first one.
Yeah.
So he brought it back to that real terror and horror, because the first one was terrifying, because especially first time ever seeing him, he didn't develop the personality yet of Freddy Krueger with the jokes and the one-liners or whatever he was doing. He was just terrifying,
scaring the hell out of you.
Yeah, he was just terrifying, popping up, and just the thought. Like I said, when you think about the originals, right, you always think about it's the first time you're seeing something like this. The thought of having a nightmare, something that everyone has, the thought of having a nightmare and it actually be able to like kill you. Someone can kill you in your nightmare. And we've already
a regular dream.
Yeah, well, yeah, even a
just
regular
pop up.
dream.
He just pops
He
up.
just pop up in a regular dream. And at that point, everyone has always heard the urban legend of, if you die in your sleep, you die in real life.
In real life.
I can't, you know what I'm saying? I call it an urban legend because thank God I've never died in my sleep. So I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. But the point is, it's always been out there. So the fact that he went and did this was, to me, terrifying. It was the horror. It was like a new Jaws, meaning like people didn't really want to go to sleep and have dreams, like how people didn't want to go in the water when Jaws came out. It was terrifying. So when he brought back the New Nightmare, he really tapped back into that terror. You know what I mean? And that's why it was just like crazy, dude. Crazy, yeah. So yeah, I'd say that. And then when you come to horror films, I would say, yeah, Friday the 13th. I think Friday the 13th was better.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Friday the 13th Part 2 was another one that was better than the first one.
It was terrifying too, especially when he had his mother's head in the shed. The head in the shed.
I secretly,
Bro,
yeah,
I can't. Let me tell you
I
something, bro.
secretly,
I can't even play the video game because I play it and it's
wow,
dark in the room and I got my monitors blasted. Yo, in the video game, you could play as Jason if you want to. Dude, I play as Jason and I still get scared playing that game. And I'm Jason. Because when it goes to the part like at the end, if you don't kill all of the camp counselors and one gets away or two gets away, I think no more than one can get away. If they get away, you lose, right? So and then it cuts back to the mom's head and you hear her voice. Don't let him get away, Jason. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning this game off. This is crazy. Yo, but
yeah,
it's an interesting game, but it's like because you
yeah.
can
I
literally
fell
be
in love with
Jason and you
I
got
fell in
different
love with
ways you
Amy
kill
Steele.
people. Huh?
I secretly fell in love with Amy Steele from the second Friday the 13th. I had a crazy crush on that woman for a while.
Nah, bro. I tell you. Yeah, part 2 was pretty scary. I think it was cool that the fact that, they thought ahead enough to be like, okay, well, we're gonna have Jason killing everybody in the second one. The first one, obviously, the mother. Spoiler alert for all y'all, anyone who's never seen Friday the 13th.
Then the
But
question is, why haven't you ever seen it? I mean, it's only
why
like
haven't you
44 years old. Like, what's the holdup? What you waiting for? I'm just saying.
I know. I know. So we'll get back to the mob stuff, but so in the news here, so Disney pulls the critically acclaimed film starring Jonathan Majors, Magazine Dreams, pulls it from their release calendar. Does that mean it's never going to get released? Possibly.
Yeah.
They may never release it. Yeah, they may never release it. They're not going to do anything else to it. Are they going to release it, meaning drop it or anything like that? Maybe another distributor could pick it up. I don't know if they're going to do that either. Are they going to sell it? Who they selling it to? It's a tough one. I think that's.
If I was Jonathan Majors, I'd get some people to back me and to stake me to go buy it, and I'd push it myself.
You try if you could do that, yeah. If that can happen, that would work. I guess because of his conviction, it probably violates some sort of code of conduct in his contract, so he probably can't sue them. Nope. For not releasing it because of his. See, this is how important him not getting that conviction could have been. But I tell you,
that's bullshit. Excuse my language.
Yeah,
that contracts have that.
Well, I mean, they have to though. I don't think it is. I mean, you got to protect your money. You got to protect your money. At the end of the day, it's a business move, right? It's like, hey, I'm investing a lot of money into this project and these people. So, and it's not just him; it's anybody, right? So it could have been anybody who was involved in that film. It just happened. This just happened to him in the way it happened, as we all know how it unfolded, and it's just an unfortunate thing. But those type of clauses, they gotta be in contracts. I mean, otherwise, look at what Ezra Miller was doing. Even though they decided not to, they still released the film. They just, Warner Brothers decided to release the film, even with all of the stuff that Ezra, I'm sure he's broke some sort of code of conduct clause. But I guess it depends on who it is, right?
Yeah, because I'm quite sure exactly.
But Ezra Miller's case is different. Well, Ezra Miller's is different because they made him go and they made him go to rehab. It was like, look, this is what and I told y'all what they was gonna do. You gonna take your butt up here, go somewhere, sit down, get yourself together. Then we're gonna do this press run, and you ain't gonna say nothing.
And it happened so far ahead. Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Why not? Why couldn't Disney take a page out of that book? Because what happened to him happened so far ahead of a release of Magazine Dreams. Why not say, hey, listen, well, he's already mandated by the court to do some sort of anger management or whatever it is that they tell him he has to do.
They're gonna wait. Yeah, they're gonna wait until he completes all of his stuff, successfully completes all of his court mandated stuff, and then they're gonna turn around and release that movie. So whenever his stuff is up for him.
No, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Like, sorry, that movie is not going to get released. If anything, maybe they put it to Hulu or something. But and believe me, it's not going to say anything about Disney, right? And I'm saying this because I just have a friend of mine. I can say this. I have a friend of mine that's in the adult movie industry that currently works for Disney. She works in one of the theme parks. Right. And she was telling me some stuff about how Disney operates. Like you can never take that mask off when you're on the thing.
Oh yeah.
So if they got a whole bunch of different rules and you work for them and you're employed in that park, think about that when you're heading a $40 million movie. I mean, even when they did Iron Man, even though Iron Man wasn't at the time a Disney property, it was Paramount. But they had Robert Downey Jr. They had to get extra insurance on him because of his past. Even though he's changed. And I honestly, with that being said, although Robert Downey Jr. is so far removed from that past, do movie companies still got to put that extra insurance on him as a just in case? Because there's nothing saying that he can't re-slip like Robin Williams did. There's nothing sitting there saying that. Do they want to take the chance? So I mean,
they took, but they literally did take the chance on him by giving him the most important role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, pretty much.
Yeah, and it worked out. But what I'm saying is, as far as Jonathan Majors, I'm sorry, bro. These are the pains that you're going through because of what happened. Whether and at the end of the day, whether it was your fault or whether it wasn't your fault, which it looks like personally, I don't think it was his fault. But because you're attached to it, they can't have this squeaky clean brand attached to something of a sullied incident. It ain't like it's a parking ticket or you got pulled over for speeding. Yeah, we could do some of that one, but you were accused of assault and battery, sexual assault, rape, robbery, kind of like that.
Here's
I was talking to white.
I don't mean to cut.
Let's just break it down.
Yeah, we know that. I just looked something up. Right, this actually kind of shifts the conversation a little bit. We know it was reported that they pulled it off of their release schedule. However, I'm reading here that actually it was reported by the Hollywood Reporter back in January, actually, that Searchlight, because see, it was the dumb luck that Fox Searchlight picked up the film and they outbid Sony and other places. Obviously, the dumb luck meaning Disney acquired Fox Searchlight. So, but it says the reporter stated that Searchlight Pictures had quietly returned the film rights to the filmmakers so they could shop it to other distributors. So this shifts the conversation a little bit. So I think Disney taking it off their slate is probably just a formality then, if that's
Maybe
the case.
So.
Right? Because if the rights to the film have been given back to the filmmakers and they can shop it anywhere else, well, then that's a good thing for them. Now, the question is, who if you're Sony, are you still attracted to that now after what happened? And it has nothing to do with what he actually did and what he actually didn't do. It's just, do you want the publicity, bad or otherwise? There was another one, Neon.
I think Sony will do it. Sony will do it. You know why Sony will do it? Because they know black people are going to show up for him. Point blank, plain and simple.
Will they?
No,
will they is the question.
No,
will they show up for him? Because how many black people was still clowning him during this whole thing, mad, especially black women, mad because of the whole white women. And to this day, I see people. Even right now, I still see people saying that his relationship with Megan Good is a false. It's a farce. It's not real. It's a publicity stunt. These are black people saying this. It's not white people. White people could care less about Jonathan Majors. This is black people saying this. They're the ones that's criticizes him. That's Cat Williams came on the platform and trashed the guy, and everybody sitting there laughing and agreeing with Cat Williams. So that's black people, bro. So I don't really believe black people will show up for him. I don't believe it because they're the ones tearing him down.
If the movie gets good reviews, if the movie gets good reviews, black people will show up.
No,
it's already got good reviews at Sundance. It's been it's already got 87.
All right, let me put specificity to what I'm saying.
It ain't a hood movie. If it gets the hood movie.
No,
if it gets the hood,
it ain't gonna be a hood review. It's not a hood movie.
No, all you gotta do is go back to the what homeboy Birth of a Nation. Same situation. Did black people show up for that movie? Agree. It is a whole different subject matter. I agree. This is more of it's a boxing film, right? Now,
this film is he's an aspiring bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder. Okay. All right. If this was something where you were going into, which is part of a franchise, or if you had someone in the like for the sake of this discussion, if Schwarzenegger was in this movie, then yeah, somebody that's in that field that's big that people would know about, I might be more tempted to say yes, they will come out. But if it's just him right now, no, bro, I don't care. But the hood is not going to come out and support it. They may go out and support it on the street corner on 42nd Street getting the bootleg, maybe. But in the theaters, no.
I'm gonna add to that by saying I'm gonna keep it 100. My faith in black people supporting other black people, especially in the year 2024. This is the year of messiness. This is the year of tearing each other down. It started right at the top of the year with the Cat Williams interview. Everybody that's come on there, not everybody, but a lot of people, that now his platform, unfortunately, has become the platform where people come and complain about other black people.
Yeah,
because,
Amanda Seals.
Amanda Seals just did it now. Amanda Seals just did it now. Before her was Monique, and before her was Cat Williams. And that's pretty much been the theme of 2024. Black people tearing down other black people by any means necessary. That's just what it's been. Cat Williams went on. Like I said, Cat Williams insulted this guy for no reason. None whatsoever. Insulted the guy, and everyone just sat there and laughed. And now every time you see this guy pop up with Megan Good, all I see is black people.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my God.
You can't say that for no reason. Cat Williams is a comedian. That's what he does.
No. He wasn't joking.
That was no joke.
Joking.
He wasn't
joking.
A
joke. That wasn't a joke. He was just
okay.
that whole interview wasn't no joke.
Hating.
He was just hating on everybody, tearing everybody down. He just, Amanda Seals just came on and just did a whole 3 hours or whatever long the interview of basically tearing other people down and basically letting everybody say, taking no accountability for anything. Basically, she
Yeah.
basically said
She blames
everybody,
everybody else
yeah,
was
everybody
against
else
her,
except herself.
and life was a bit
Everybody's
against her.
against her. So she joined Flowetry. In Flowetry, I guess Marsha Ambrosia was jealous of her, and they tried to make her quit. Now, why the hell would they accept you in their group just to make you quit? That don't make sense to me. She also says, there's a million things. Everything she ran down.
Issa Rae hated her. It was against her.
Issa Rae
And
hates on her. Issa Rae's
and I'm saying
publicist hated on her.
I'm saying
Everybody hates on her. It's just crazy. That was a whole thing.
What was you doing before
That's
Issa Rae came on the set to hire you she hired you for that Insecure. I'm sorry, honey. You sitting there blaming you going back to when you was a kid. You blame everybody else for your shortcomings and can't take the spotlight and put it on yourself.
Never.
For a second.
Never. I mean, I look at it like this. Your perspective is your perspective and you're entitled to it. But for me, if you're sitting around and you just told me 10 stories about how just nobody likes you, and everyone who did whatever you said they did to you did it for no reason. You have no idea why they did it. Because he said, "Oh, I was not allowed in the Emmys party." Well, what Shatter said, "Well, why'd you get kicked out of Emmys party? What you do?" And she said, "I showed up." I said, so just because you showed up, they wanted to throw you out there." Now I'm gonna tell you one thing. I met Amanda Seales years ago. I covered her on Block TV. She was calling herself Amanda Diva back then, and this was in the early, late 2000s, right? 2007, 2008, something like that. It was her birthday party. Block TV was asked to come out and cover it because she was one of our people and our publicist. Shout out to Gina Torres. She was also Amanda Seales, or Amanda Diva at the time. It was her. She was her publicist, right? And so we came out and covered her birthday party. I mean, she was okay, whatever. But the funny thing is, she kind of like had this, about an hour and a half in, she started. I don't know if she thought that we were there to like only cover her or something like that, because she kind of was like acting a little weird, like attitude towards us, and like trying to pull us over to her doing what she's doing. And we were there to cover the event. So her event, she invited people. There was special guests. There was red carpet, blah, blah, blah. So we're covering everything, the entire event. We're not going to keep the camera on you the entire time. You ain't cutting us no check. So we're not keeping a camera on you the entire time. We are not your personal video team. We were covering it as an event. So, she kind of got attitude with us during that, but nothing too crazy, nothing that made me. I didn't walk out of there thinking I can't stand Amanda Diva. I didn't, it wasn't that. But I could see the, the people who say, well, this woman, I watched the interview. I'm like, this woman don't take accountability for nothing. Everything is and hey, the old saying, when everybody got a problem with you, maybe you need to look at yourself. Look at the common denominator, because now you're going from childhood to professionalism. So you got Flowetry, you got Insecure and Issa Rae and this person and that person. And she mentioned Kevin Hart too, but then she did come back and defend Kevin Hart because she said Kevin Hart did something for her that nobody else did. He used his influence and did something for her. I don't know. He did some sort of favor for her, hooked her up, or
she
whatever
always
she
says
said.
that. She said that for years now that he helped her out with a situation. I don't remember what it was.
He helped out, but she the only thing she said was, well, he did promise something that he didn't keep. Now I've heard that from a few people. They say, oh yeah, Kevin. I mean, it doesn't mean that he's just doesn't go around keeping his promises, but he probably does want to help people, a lot of people, and just maybe he doesn't get around to it. Maybe other shit happens, other stuff we don't know. But the bottom line is
sometimes I'll circle back to you when I get a chance. You just need to be
exactly. Well, this man is a busy man. He's taking care of a lot of people. So like, I agree with you. It might be just like, I'll get back around to you when I get an opportunity. But he came through for her in the clutch, and she admitted that. So I'm glad she admitted that. But my whole point of this is, she's just another example of how the temperature has been since the beginning of 2024, since the Cat Williams interview. Everybody is beefing with each other. This is like the year of beefing with each other. That's why, going back to my original point, I don't believe black people are going to show up for this guy, because they haven't shown me any reason why they would. Because all I see is the black people, black Twitter, people on Instagram. It's the black people that are commenting on pictures of, just like he was just recently seen right at what award show was that? He was just at an award show with Megan Good, or some event with Megan Good. I think it might have been the NAACP thing, whatever it was. He popped up. And what's the first thing black people are saying? Oh, there go that PR. There go that PR stunt, that relationship, that PR. Oh, they need to stop playing around.
We all know that's what it was.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. But what I'm saying is, my point is, they're still busy hating on this guy. The only time black people definitively show up for other black people is if they're pit against white people. Now, if, let's just say, the film gets picked up and put out, and some white person comes out and against him and says something against him, then black people will go, just to despite the white person, black people will go and support him. But if it's just leaving it up to the blacks to support this guy off the rip,
no, we gonna stop this foolishness. We gonna stop this foolishness, because it ain't just black people. White people have talked trash about Jonathan Majors too.
But nobody. White people don't care about
any culture.
They don't care about Jonathan Majors.
Don't stop this.
They don't care
in any
about
culture.
Majors.
It doesn't matter what culture it is. In any culture, all cultures, you're going to have predominantly that culture is going to dominate the opinions and the degradation of that culture. They go, Indian people do it to Indian people. Chinese people are notorious.
I 100%
disagree.
I disagree. Because look at. I mean, perfect example. Look at all of the. For instance, I'll give you the perfect example.
White people do it to white people. Italians specifically. I know Italian people specifically will sit down and talk about other people.
Not as much because. Look at if that's the case.
Yes, just as much.
If that's the case, you would.
This thing with
nobody. No, it's not. It's like what people are talking.
I'm not even talking about this no more.
What white people talk about Roman Polanski?
Like Black Americans.
Who? What white people talk about Roman Polanski?
Forget Roman Polanski. Let's take it to someone more recent. And I think this. Look at Mel Gibson. Okay, Mel Gibson got into all that trouble. Right, he didn't get arrested. He got in trouble for. I mean, he didn't do nothing to somebody. He did it to himself. But Mel Gibson today, as an actor, most people are not going out to see a Mel Gibson led movie. Where back in the early 90s he was. They'll go see his director stuff. Know why? Because he's behind the camera. He's not in front of the camera. But if you don't sit there and think the reason why there is not a Lethal Weapon 5, they've been talking about for years, is because of the crap with Mel Gibson. then you gotta think again. Say, wait a minute, why haven't they done a Lethal Weapon 5? Because they've been talking about it for the last 10 years. Lethal Weapon 5, Lethal Weapon 5. It ain't because Richard Donner died, because Mel Gibson is clearly capable of directing that film himself. But
No,
will
he
people
can't.
come out
But
and see the film if he's starring in it? Different story.
Right. Well, it will. I don't know, but here's the difference. What I'm saying. Okay, everybody talks about, black people are the ones who are pretty much piling up on P. Diddy, right? I'm not saying that P. Diddy is a perfect person, but it's the black people that keeps the talk going. They keep the conversation going. White people can give a shit about Diddy. See, white people are only going to pay attention to black celebrities a certain amount of time if it's a big thing, other than, or if they do a crime against a white person, then they'll pay attention to them. Other than that, they don't care. They have no care in the world.
Because
so
they're not.
Look, I'll take and then we just lost Kev.
Hell, you could just take R. Kelly. Just take him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Listen, look. I was just on a friend of mine today. R. Kelly is literally the backbone to most people's 90s soundtracks. That man is. But no one is supporting him right this second while he's sitting in the jail cell.
And R. Kelly was taken down by black people, by the black media, by black fans, by what. He was not taken down by white people. Why? Because he wasn't committing quote unquote crimes against white people, so they don't care. So, because look what happened when his case came, the first case, and he beat it. He continued to do whatever he did, whatever. He was taken out. He was taken out by black people. It was a black producer that made Surviving R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? So same deal. Once again, now, like I said, they have to either be a super duper head face, like, okay, Michael Jackson, everybody, it was white people were going at Michael Jackson too. Why? Because alleged crimes were done against white people. Alleged. At the accusations of him was white children, white kids, stuff like that. So yes, white people, they were talking about it then. But what Kev refuses to realize is the black people do not show up for black people.
No,
like we would hope.
No,
it's just the truth. It's just the truth. When's the last time they really did show up? If they wasn't facing a white person, when's the last time black people showed up for a black person? Black that includes black creators. What are you gonna talk about? Black Panther? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black Panther,
Honestly, I'm gonna sit there and say, yeah. And there's a difference between being and I'm now I'm gonna put it, there's a difference between you if we're gonna keep in the world of film, black films, right? People will Black Panther made a whole bunch of money. Why? Because it was a great crossover. But look at how many movies that us as black people have that's on my blacklist that in order you see to get the black card. When you look at their total box office grosses, it's 30, $40 million. It's not 300, 400 million. It's 30, 40. And it was a struggle just to get that. We look at the movies like Best Man, hell, Set It Off, Friday. To us as black folks, we'll come out and we'll see it, but it doesn't have that crossover appeal. People are like, I don't know, black people in the hood smoking weed on a Friday don't sound like a movie. But we got a guy flying through the air. Oh, we gonna see that one. I mean, hell, that I hate to put it that way, but when you said to say black people gonna come out and support this movie, no, they're not. How many times have us on this show when there is a black film about to hit, we have said go see the movie? Think about just a couple years ago, The Woman King. Did we not have this same discussion about The Woman King not that long ago?
Didn't show up. Black people and women of all people didn't show up for the Woman King.
No, but they showed the hell up for Sex in the City. I'm just saying.
Yeah, here's something interesting in this talk that I just brought up. This is an old list. I don't know when it was created, but at the time it's created. Black Panther had been out. It is the highest earning black movies of all time. Black Oak TV made this, right? .com. The top 10 highest earning black movies of all time. Obviously, Black Panther at 1.3 billion worldwide. Black Panther Wakanda Forever at 859 million worldwide. So it can't be that old. At least, Wakanda Forever had came out. Men in Black, I don't consider that a black movie.
No,
but
just because Will Smith is in it. All right.
Just because Will Smith's in it, maybe they consider it that. But that's not a black movie, Men in Black.
Yeah.
Will Smith is never really considered a quote unquote black movie maker. He makes blockbuster films.
Now wait a minute. If that would say King Richard, I would go with. Then that's a different story. But it say Men in Black. Same thing with Eddie
Men
Murphy.
in Black. But they got Men in Black at 654. Hancock 629. Men in Black. Oh wait, they got Men in Black again. Oh, I'm sorry. Men in Black 3. Men in Black 3 was number 3 on the list. 654 million. Hancock 629 million. Men in Black, the original, 589 million. I Am Legend. These are all Will Smith movies. Yeah. I Am Legend, 585 million. Men in Black 2, 441 million. Bad Boys for Life, 426 million. Django Unchained at number 9, 426 million. Okay. Hitch, another Will Smith film, 371 million at number 10. On number 11 is Rush Hour 2, 347. Beverly Hills Cop, 316. Pursuit of Happiness, 307. Beverly Hills Cop 2 at 299. Coming to America, the original, at 288. But now look how, what I'm saying is these films that we're saying, look how old they are.
And look how far down that box office dropped. You said Black Panther is how much? $1 billion. They didn't want that you get a predominantly black cast coming to America is barely almost at 300 million.
Yeah,
and that was
million.
That was back in 88.
That was back in 88.
36 years ago.
Right. Scary Movie, 278. Creed 3, 275. Bad Boys 2, 273. Rush Hour 3, 258. So now we're all under 300 million now. Us and Get Out was right around 250, 256, 255. And they got honorable mention Straight Outta Compton at 200 million. Big Mama's House at 173 million. What this is like you said, how far down you have to get an actual predominantly black cast, and once again, these are all movies that are over 10 years old. Almost all of them, except Wakanda Forever, Black Panther.
That's it.
That's pretty much it. And I saw another one. Yeah.
But like I said, all of us could sit here and give you all schools on black films that you should see. Last Dragon, Friday, Set It Off, The Best Man, whatever. And none of them are box office super blockbusters. They're successful movies, but not to that success of like for example, The Best Man is nowhere in the same stratosphere as Porky's. Porky's came out.
It never will be. It never will be because it was never released on the same scale as Porky's. You would have to look at the data to see how many theaters Porky's was released to compared to The Best Man.
Mm-hmm. Porky's was released in 1980. Porky's
She
was
said,
released in
No,
1980.
she
I mean,
said,
I mean theaters, Ralph.
3
Not
wasn't
the
old
theater that
either.
was released. I mean,
No,
the
no, no,
theater
no, no,
count.
no, no. Wait. Listen to what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Porky's was released in 1980 when you really didn't have things like multi-megaplex. You had basically, if you had a movie, you had if your theater was lucky to have multiple screens, there was a different movie on that screen. Now you go to the movie theater, you may go to a movie theater and Wakanda Forever is on. You got 15 screens. It's on 2, 3 different, maybe 4 different screens. Back then, it was on one screen, and that's it.
No, that's not true. Because
Yeah, that
Westbury,
really is true.
no, not out here. Because out here at Westbury, the drive-in had 3 screens. As a matter of fact, all of the drive-ins along the line either had 2 or 3 screens. And in Valley Stream, you had the Sunrise Multiplex.
Okay, and wait. How far back the Sunrise Multiplex goes?
Oh, National Amusements.
Yeah,
And
that.
I want to say at least to the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay, then well, I remember in that particular time period when the theater had 3, because I used to go to a place called Essex Green, and they had 3 screens. Each screen was dedicated to one movie. You didn't have a movie dipping into 2 screens. It was on one screen. That's it.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So,
okay, yeah.
so Porky's made over $100 million in 1980. The Best Man comes out, and now in the dawn of the multi screens in 99, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it took in 3 times less money than Porky's did in 1980.
Because of the audience, Ralph. It's because that the white audience is not going to go see black movies. That's just a fact.
Well, what did we just say? Well, as far as Jonathan Major's problem, he does not have a crossover appeal unless he's stepping into somebody's franchise. So when you said black people can come out and support, let's say they come out and support, how much movies are actually going to make? Does it make a piddly little 30, 25, between 25 to 40 million dollars? When we're across the appeal, it might be over 100 million. If he didn't have this thing hanging over his head, maybe that's a little more stronger. But even with that hanging over his head, I still don't think it would be hitting like no $100 million, $300 million worldwide grosses. It'd be hard for
now, this film is from what is critically acclaimed, it's already got like 80-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. Even though we don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes, but people do. It's already got 80-some% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a very critical, and when it screened at Sundance. If you wasn't at Sundance, you didn't see the film.
You didn't see it.
And they even likened the film to his performance to Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. Like they said, his performance was phenomenal in this film. So it's already gotten the accolades and stuff. So let's hope, for his sake, that it gets a different distributor, picks it up, and then it goes from there. But the question is, like what happened when you dropped off, Kev? I don't know if you were still listening, but Ralph brought up a perfect example. Once again, we sit here, we do it all the time, especially when a predominantly or a black film, quote unquote, black film comes out with black filmmakers. We always push it and tell people, go see it, go see it. What happened with The Woman King? Black people and women of all people didn't show up for that. And I don't want to hear about the what you call. We sat here, we all went, we all supported,
we all saw it in the theater.
But in that instance, we don't count because we're gonna go to the
we don't. I always say that because I always say remove us from it because we're a different breed. But the point is, we urge people go support this movie. We did it. I think we did it like 2 weeks in a row. We were talking about that. It's like, go support this movie. It's asinine that this movie isn't getting the. But what happens? And this is what I'm saying. My point is this, Kev. I'm holding our people accountable because these are the people that I'm hearing. That's what I'm holding accountable because they're
even with the Woman King,
our own people.
But even with the Woman King, that was problematic with the white woman that wrote the script, and just there was a whole bunch of problems with that thing too. Why people weren't supporting that too. It wasn't
but see, that's all we didn't need. See, what happens is black people sit there and pick apart reasons why not to go see it. They did the
Yep.
same thing with the Harriet Tubman movie, right? They pick reasons to not go see it, and use that as their reason to hate on the movie when you didn't see it anyway. So, no, I'm not going to see it. So once they find one thing that they can nitpick and use as an excuse that they're going
That's with
to
anybody. It
talk
doesn't
about
matter
it and
who it
not go
is.
see it.
Again, that's a
But
cultural thing.
I'm talking about the fact
What
that
you said black people going to support it, and I'm sitting there saying no, they're not.
they're not. I don't think they are. I don't think that remains to be seen. And the only way I will say that black people will support his film is if a white person comes out and says something against it. Then they'll go support his film.
Like, oh
just
hell
to
no,
spite the white
right? They're
person.
like, oh now who the hell you think you talking about? Now we gotta go see it just because.
Because most of the people I saw before, when we were the ones that was saying, oh, look, all of this stuff, look out when his case happened. Oh, this don't look right. Kev, you was the first one saying this shit don't look right. This seemed like a setup. This or that. This was stuff we were saying on our show, but before it started to change a little bit through the case. But these were black people I was seeing talking against this guy. Oh, he shouldn't be dating a white woman anyway. That's good for his ass. He shouldn't be dating a white woman anyway. That's black people saying that.
But they're going to do that again. It's cultural. It's a cultural intimacy. It's a cultural God damn it! What's the word I'm looking for?
I know what you mean. But what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that other cultures don't do it, but what I'm saying is they don't do it as publicly. They definitely don't do it as publicly and as on. Because, like, for instance, I always use the basketball player from OKC, Josh Giddey. I keep saying everybody worried about Diddy, but Josh Giddey shows up with a 16-year-old girl on the internet. She admits that she just got finished screwing him on the internet. So-called investigation from the NBA. He wasn't suspended while they were doing their investigation. He didn't nothing. He still was allowed to play. And guess what happened? All of a sudden, the police didn't decide we couldn't find out the actual age of the girl because her family wouldn't cooperate. Right? Family wouldn't cooperate. But Diddy thing happened, and our people handed them over in a silver platter. Yeah, here he is.
Right here.
We didn't hand him over in a silver platter. He handed himself over. That's cool.
Get him. Silver platter. No, it's but what I'm saying is this. Even and I'm not talking about their actual whatever they did, right? I'm just saying it was a black producer that did Surviving R. Kelly. Black people took down R. Kelly, not white people. White people could care less because he didn't do no quote unquote crime to a white person, so they don't care. But it was black people that took down R. Kelly.
As they should have.
It's black people. It's black people that's trying to take down Diddy. When, to be honest with you, Diddy has not committed a crime, not that we know of. Being a freak is not a crime.
That's very true.
If he's doing freak offs, if he's doing his freak offs, and he's doing, but everyone, there's a whole saying, no Diddy, right? That's black people that made that up.
50 Cent, no Diddy.
That's black people that subscribe to that. So everyone is tearing him down for whatever his behavior, his this, and then you got allegations coming from everywhere. They believe every allegation that's thrown at him. And now, not even that, if you're affiliated with him, black people are going after you. Now they're going after Jay-Z. Why? Jay-Z is not even, he's a quote unquote affiliate because they're just two millionaires / billionaires that's been in the business for a long time. Oh yeah, Jay-Z, his best friend. Jay-Z's not his best friend. They've never been best friends. What are you talking about?
But
they bring it. They go on at Usher. Everybody, but this is what I'm saying to you is white people done moved on, bro. They ain't talking about Diddy. They don't care about that.
Again,
It's the
because
black
they don't
people
have
that keeps this
they're not
going.
going to West. They're not going to talk about it because they don't have a personal. They don't have a personal.
Neither do black people won't have a personal stake in it.
Yeah,
They're just doing it because
but we do because it's a black artist. It's a black artist that we listen to, that we party to, that we jam to.
Well, all I'm saying is, but this is what I'm saying. We're the ones, our people are the ones that do it publicly. There's plenty of
publicly.
No, they don't. What? Tell me.
They do.
Give me an example.
Jewish people do it all the time.
No. I said
to who?
Give me an example of what white artists that we know has done some crazy shit that white people are lambasting constantly in the media.
At what given time? Roseanne Barr.
Any given time.
Roseanne Barr, Joan Rivers. The list goes on and on.
No, not Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers, that she didn't do anything. All she did was that because Johnny Carson felt he went against her.
But people still had a lot to say about Joan Rivers. There was a lot of bad talk about Joan Rivers. As nice as that woman was, and only because she was just vocally outspoken. As a matter of fact, she's one of the ones that was really vocally outspoken about people, and they bullshit and will call you out on it. Bette Midler, another one.
Can we talk? Joan Rivers. Shout out to Joan.
I'll give you Roseanne Barr. That one I'll give you to you. Why? Because you start saying shit about Jewish people, and that's like, oh no, we can't have that one.
If you're gonna say something about Jewish people, no matter what color you are, you get.
Oh, we can't have that shit.
Get canceled. Yeah.
Unless you're
matter
Jewish.
what color you
Jewish
are.
people will say something about Jewish people, and they don't get the backlash because you're
one of us.
You're allowed to do that.
Because you're part of it. You're one of us.
That's what I'm saying. But us as black people, if we want to go that, well, you're one of us. Like I said, R. Kelly, like Michael Jackson, like Janet Jackson, and so on and so on. But when we have problems with people, we go and we tear them down. We don't try to protect them
and keep going. How long is this Diddy
Kanye
thing?
West?
Everything now. Listen, everything now. Like I said, you don't even have to. If Usher says something, they'll bring up Diddy. If someone who's even remotely the thing that happened with Justin Bieber and Will Smith's son, at Coachella when Will Smith's son did whatever that suspect shit that he did, hugging Justin Bieber from behind and this, that, and the other. I'll give you 10 comments before you'll see something about Diddy. Oh, he must have been one of them Diddy parties. Now, whoever's been to a Diddy party, that's part of the nonsense. I'm like, wait a minute. We was at a Diddy party, Block TV. We were at a Diddy party.
Did y'all have to sign the NDA?
No, we did not sign an NDA. We had a camera and everything in there, so you know what, nothing too sus going on because we was walking around with a camera. So we did Diddy's. He had a 10 to 10 party. Started at 10 at night and went till 10 in the morning. It was in Miami during the Super Bowl weekend. And that was his party. It was at Chakra. It was at a club. So, but my point is, everyone now says if someone was at a Diddy party, they connected LeBron James. Everybody knows nobody parties like Diddy. Oh, you must have been to one of them Diddy parties. This is the black people that just continue. How long has it been now? And let's be honest. Let's keep it real. Diddy, as far as we know right now, he has not committed a crime. Because if he had, he'd already be arrested. He hasn't committed a crime that they could prove.
They raided his house like he was
his house.
Like he was in the mob.
Yeah, like they did. Raided his house, all his houses. And he is still. There's been no charges filed, but what happens? The blogs, the black blogs, the black run, they continue to, because okay, it's news, but this is what they stick on.
And
This
who's
is what I'm
sticking up for
talking
him?
about.
And that's the thing. Who right now is sticking up for him?
Nobody's gonna stick up for Diddy.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
why? Because you know why? No, nobody's gonna stick up for Diddy because Diddy did too much damn dirt to other people.
I agree with that. I agree with he's done too much, and I said the reason why no one is going to stick up for him because he hasn't, he's done people
and we
bad.
can't say that nobody's not sticking up for him because people are sticking up for him.
A few,
but unfortunately,
but not really.
Unfortunately, those voices, just like voices on anything, those voices are not going to be the voices that get pushed to the forefront. Listen. I don't care what color, what race you are. Negativity wins every time. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that statement. I agree with that statement.
Will always be the thing that will be.
For instance, the guy who runs what's his name? The guy who runs the MMA. What is that called? What's his name?
Dana White.
Dana White. Dana White was on camera slapping his wife. Had that have been a black person doing that, it'd be a whole nother story.
Yeah, because you know why?
Ray Rice.
No, I'm talking about from our people. We would be talking about.
And you know why? Because here's why. Because we've because of what we've been through in this country, and because of our personal relationship with ourselves. We hold each other to we end up holding ourselves to a higher standard than everybody else.
It has nothing to do with that. It has messy. It's being messy, and we love messiness. That's what it is.
Everybody, you're not just gonna pin that. Wes, you're not just gonna pin that on.
So how come no white people are talking about Dana White? How come nobody's talking about Dana White? Even on the white side of things, it just went in and it went out. It just went in and it went out. Nobody's punching down on Dana White. Nobody's constantly talking about Dana White is a wife beater. Dana White is this, he's that. Nobody, well, you know especially white people.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't know nothing about none of this stuff, really. The only reason why I know about most of the Diddy stuff,
I'm not expecting black people to know about it, but my point is, I'm telling you the difference between what black people do and what generally what white people do. When white people's quote unquote people, their celebrities screw up.
But I guarantee
all
you,
the time.
Are you looking at the people in that circle? Because if you look at the people in the MMA circle, they're probably talking about it.
I don't know. That happens sometimes.
I'll give you a different example because it's on TV right now. What about Vince McMahon?
Yeah.
Right. Nobody's saying since he quote unquote, well, I'm going to leave the WWE. Now, what you did, you put a stain on WWE. WWE kept right on rolling. There's no mention of Vince McMahon. There's nothing.
They ain't losing no ticket sales.
But you have very few people from the WWE saying anything publicly in support of Vince McMahon beyond his daughter and his son-in-law. The actual wrestlers, they're saying, well, it's about damn time. It's about damn time.
All the people he's been doing wrong, which is the same situation as Diddy, as far as Vince McMahon has done so many wrestlers wrong, no one's going to come to his defense. Right. It's the same situation as far as just a different business. But because of all of the dirt Vince has done to his wrestlers, people has worked for him, you're not going to get people coming to his defense. That's not happening. However, it's business as usual over there at WWE.
Yeah,
and even you don't hear people talk about Hulk Hogan came out. White people ain't going to really care about that because it was racist what he said. So they don't really care. I won't use Hulk Hogan because they're just.
But you know what? You can't because Hulk Hogan has sex with his best friend's wife. And it was like, oh, well, no big deal. No big deal.
Right. So my point is, when it's a prominent, like I said, Jay-Z hasn't done nothing to nobody, far as we know. Why is it that these black blogs and black media are trying? Jay-Z is next. He's next. He's going down next.
Same thing that they're doing the same thing the Inquirer and the Star and all of that did back in the 80s and the 90s.
They're not doing that because the Inquirer and the Star just did whatever they did. They printed stupid stories or whatever. But what I'm saying is, you don't see people saying, "Oh, hey, another example, Dan Snyder, right?" Because he's kind of in the same position as Diddy, and I'll tell you why. Because there's nothing been proven against Dan Snyder yet, and he hasn't been charged with anything because there hasn't been no solid proof, so to speak, that Dan Snyder actually broke the law. There has been proof as far as witnesses of him being inappropriate in the workplace, right? And to me, it's enough that people could start digging. But where's the digging? Ain't nothing happening.
He did have to give up his team. I mean, but the NFL, because the NFL said we don't.
No, not that Dan Snyder. I'm talking about Dan. I'm talking about Dan Snyder, the producer from Nickelodeon. That's what I'm talking about. Dan Snyder, the producer from Nickelodeon. He came out. He did his little apology video, and haven't really heard much about him since then. That documentary is out, but even the documentary can only incriminate him so much. It doesn't incriminate him because they don't have any solid proof of him doing anything illegal, right? Amanda Bynes has never come out and said that he did anything with her. This is all mostly speculation, right? Well, technically, other than the people that have spoke out and said he was being, racist, or he was being sexist, or he was being rude, whatever the type of person he was on set, inappropriate to workers. That's the only thing that we know. Just like the only thing that we allegedly know about Diddy is that he does the freak off parties, and what Cassie accused him of. He wasn't convicted of anything. She accused him of whatever she accused him of in her thing. He paid her off. She got what she wanted. It should be the end of it. Why are we still talking about Diddy?
Because that's what people do. I mean,
that's what black people do. Black people. That's what black people do.
No, it's not just what black people do. Stop hating on black people.
Nah, man.
Black people
I'm being realistic. I'm being realistic. I'm not hating on us.
Italians do it. Jews do it. They secretly
don't
sit
do
down
it in
and
the
talk
fashion.
about each other.
I agree with you. I don't deny. I don't doubt that they won't do it to their own. Because
they do it to their own. Indian people.
I said I'm not doubting. I'm not doubting that. But they don't do it on a public
They do
level,
it to us,
like
and they do it to themselves.
I'm not talking
yes,
about
they
that.
do.
That's
They do. As a matter of fact,
story.
if you want to keep it a buck, Indian people are even worse because depending on how dark you are, you're gula or guta to them, and they'll talk about you even worse.
But I know that. But Kev, what you're talking about is not discussed on a public level. This is what I'm saying. Black people publicly, all the black people have been doing is publicly shaming Diddy. They've been publicly shaming Diddy. They've literally replaced the phrase
because I'm in different circles than you, bro. I'm in the West Indian circle.
You're missing my point. You're missing my point.
They're not just talking about Diddy.
So point me out to somebody publicly that they're doing that to. On the scale that people are doing it to Diddy.
Who? Now, if you're gonna sit and say they do it all the time, given a clear-cut example, say because I'm gonna say this. Wait. I'm gonna say this because see me, I don't really know too many. You said India. I don't know too many Indian artists with the example of Priyanka Chopra and a couple of other Indian men and women in the movie business. I don't know of anybody else. But if you're sitting saying they do it all the time, that means they do it all the time. That means I have seen it on TMZ. I've seen it on Access Hollywood. I've seen them on Entertainment, whatever. Now you're gonna sit here. You're gonna educate me on something. So if you're saying they do it all the time, you need to give me a clear-cut example of who.
In personal conversations that people have, they sit down.
We're not saying personal between you and someone else. We're saying on a public platform. A public platform.
If you take Diddy, I'm using Diddy as an example.
You're trying to say right now, if you go online, that whatever white person is big in the news right now, that nobody's not talking about it.
Well, I can't say that because it's in the news. You haven't given me. You said they Indian people doesn't do it all the time. I said I don't know of any example. I said I don't know of any example for.
My point is. It almost makes it seem like you painting this picture that only black people do this, and that's.
I didn't say that.
I'm not saying that.
I said black people do it. I said black people do it to the degree on a public level. And look at how long has it been since this thing happened with Cassie and Diddy, and then since then, this is all we talk about. Like I said, we literally replaced
between Cassie and Diddy.
That's what my point is. Diddy, I'm saying Diddy stays in the news, or not just the news, within the black circle, black media, relevancy of black media in a bad light. Yeah, of course, 50 Cent does his part of promoting it, but he ain't the only person doing it. So my point is, Diddy hasn't broken the law. So why are people? We literally replaced the phrase "no homo" with "no Diddy." So I mean. This is black people that did this. So it just goes back to the point that black people are the ones, whether they're holding themselves, I can understand holding yourself accountable for stuff. Like, for instance, let's just say R. Kelly, if R. Kelly did the things he did, ain't nothing wrong with holding him. It's nothing wrong with holding him accountable for that. Fine, whatever. My point is, I'm talking about Diddy. P. Diddy, to our knowledge, has not broken any laws whatsoever, and he is the topic of everybody's blog. Everybody, you got people going hard, putting their whole how many videos that they putting out, putting everything, talking about, oh, Diddy did this and he did this, he did that, he did this. Then you got people coming out, every allegation now that's put on him, people are saying, mostly black people are saying, oh, I believe he did it.
It's going to be mostly black people because that's the invested interest. It's within the black culture.
But they don't have to say anything because he hasn't been convicted of nothing.
Not because that's what people love best. That's why you have reality shows. That's why you have all the stuff you have on TV. People love mess. It doesn't, regardless of what color you are, people love mess. Period. I am
not going to disagree. But I am not going to disagree with that one. But what I'm sitting there saying is, when other people in prime example, like right now, Alec Baldwin. Okay, Alec Baldwin's been going through this thing because of what happened to him on the set of Rust. Right, the person that they actually found out was responsible. They putting the girl in jail. Why are you guys still going after Alec Baldwin? Because you feel that he is responsible for something that he shouldn't have been responsible for anyway.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I can say that people do talk about it, and you know what? You know how I can say that people do talk as much as we do, that white people do talk as much as we do, because the offices that I've been in. Now that I'm really thinking about it, even the last office that I was in, a lot of stuff that goes on. There was a lot of stuff that went on white people that I wouldn't even know about, that they talk about in the office, whether it be from Fox News, or they give that with a grain of salt, or whatever the case may be. It becomes a topic of discussion.
But Kev, what I'm sitting there saying is what you just said, like the topic of discussion in the office. We are not talking about in the office or in your house. We're talking about on a public platform.
Yeah, but that's still
right. The office. I'm sorry, but
come from public platforms. That's where the conversation starts from public platforms.
So what I'm saying is, once again, the only thing, and see, this is the thing, and obviously I can't say everybody, I can't group everybody, but from what I witnessed on a majority, right? You notice you got several celebrities that are considered black, black celebrities, whatever. Diddy, Jay-Z, people like that, Beyonce, where there's plenty of hate coming from their own people all the time, right? Like I said, Jay-Z has not even popped his head up in God knows how long, and he's just been going around supporting his wife
Y'all
shows.
act like people of
and
other races don't hate on their own people. I don't.
No. Listen, what I'm saying. The
I'm
only
muting
ones that I
myself.
see it
can't
on
even
a
have this
high
conversation
public
anymore.
platform when it
I'm not
comes to
having this
white
conversation.
people.
I can't.
The only ones that I see on a high level when it comes to white people are the Kardashians. That's it. That's the only one that you see white people tear them down, and they really just do it because if none of the Kardashians ever dated black people, they wouldn't tear them
Nobody
down
care.
as much.
Nobody give a damn.
That's one of the reasons why white people tear them down, because 9 out of 10 of them date black guys. And that's what they do.
Kev, on that level, yeah, you could throw Taylor Swift up there, but they're not trying to tear her down. They're not trying to tear down her relationship with Travis Kelce. They're not trying to tear down Gaga. They're not trying to tear down whoever. But black people, are we not already trying to tear down? What's that? What's that red girl? The one that we thought was
y'all think if y'all, I guarantee you, even these artists have said it. Billie Eilish has said it. All of these white artists have all said how they go on their social medias and how much hate and negative comments they get.
You know what? I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna tell you this right now. That means nothing. I'm gonna tell you why.
Does it mean nothing?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Hate is hate. It doesn't matter.
Wait. Hold on a second, Kevin. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna say this no matter. I'm on social media. I am not a super public person, but I am a public person. I get hate on my own Instagram and Twitter over things that I do because people have this unconceived notion of who I am. So no, I'm not going to count that, because you have trolls on Twitter and Instagram that will just say shit about you just because they think it's the cool thing to do.
Everybody.
They hate on everybody.
And well, I'm agree with both of y'all on that. I agree. It's funny it sounds, even though y'all both disagree, I agree with both of you. Yes, there are people on social media that's always going to hate on another person, whether it's white, black, whatever, just because, whatever. All I'm saying is, who is the white Diddy right now? Can you tell me that? Who's considered a white celebrity that's getting dumped on constantly? Like, but I'll answer it for you. There is none. They're not doing it.
The closest one I'm gonna say is probably Baldwin. He's probably the
maybe
closest
Alec
guy.
Baldwin.
He's probably the closest guy.
But but we have to add a caveat to that. Most of the people that hate on Alec Baldwin are conservatives and people that because he makes fun of Trump.
What difference does it make? The hate is hate. It doesn't matter.
But what I'm saying, I'm just putting a caveat there that the average white person is just whatever. But yeah, they're gonna specifically. There's always specifically go after him on something like that, because it's mostly one side of white people, which is conservatives that go after him.
And I'm gonna say this because like Stormy Daniels. Do you know how many people are out there hating on Stormy Daniels? I know the woman personally. Do you know people out there hating on Stormy Daniels just because she slept with Trump? She's right. And I tell people all the time, I said, listen, whether she slept with Trump or not, if she did, Stormy Daniels was never going to say anything that she did. It wasn't until someone from Trump camp came up and threatened her in front of her kid. She's like, oh, no. But you have a whole country that is sitting around hating on her because she slept with this dude. So what? Is she the only person? Is she the only person in the entire
conservatives?
Right, but is she the only person but is she the only person in the entire history of the United States or the entire history of the world that slept with someone that has some sort of stature? No. The only
Marilyn
reason,
Monroe slept with the president, and shit.
there you
America
go.
loved her. White
There you
America
go.
loved
There
her,
you go.
and she slept
That is the only reason why they are talking about Stormy Daniels is because of these conservatives. And I'm gonna keep the political views out of it, of my brother. But like I said, if no one from his camp came up and threatened her, she wouldn't have said nothing about the incident of how many times they had, even forget how many times that they ever had sex. She would never say that because that goes against their code to talk about who you sleep with. You know how many now you know how many people in the porn
of
industry
porn
that
stars
I
have
know
slept
of
with,
have slept with
Yeah.
fake. I just got hip to that like 2 weeks ago. A girl sat there and told me that she was in a long-term relationship with this R&B singer and her significant other that was
Yeah.
secret. That if I sat here
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now and
yeah.
told you the
I
name,
saw that
you'd be
too.
like
Somebody else said that.
no, it ain't that
No.
person. It's somebody else.
No,
Well,
no,
I
no,
said
no.
that
I'm just saying somebody else has said that to one of the I forgot which porn star it was, but I remember she had said, she was like, yeah, she's like, because we don't talk about that
we
stuff.
don't talk about it.
She was like, half of these celebrities, whether they're musicians or athletes, we sleep with them. They sleep with, they pay us, whatever it is they do, they sleep with them, but you just don't know because we don't care to talk about it.
We don't sit around and brag about it. We
Right,
don't.
right. They was about brag about because they're not, they're not groupies. They're
Right.
just,
And
they just they are
bragging
who
about
they
it
are.
and bragging about while very well may boost their social media presence is bad for
Yeah.
their overall business because you
It's
can't
bad
keep
for
your
their
mouth
business
shut.
overall.
So they don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So
So you
Stormy
know,
Daniels never would have said anything about
right.
Trump. Maybe now,
Yeah,
granted,
yeah.
maybe if she was on the verge of dying,
That's let's be
maybe she would
honest,
say
that's not a flex. That's
it
not
ain't a
that's much
flex.
that's not a flex. Saying that
It
you
ain't a
slept
flex.
with Trump.
Right. Right. But my point is that when you say about how can negativity, that is negative because you got a bunch of people hating on her for no other reason except doing something that a bunch of people in this planet sleeping with someone else inside while they're married has done. But the only reason that she getting negative for it is because of who the guy was. Who if he didn't threaten her, she wouldn't have said nothing about. And life would have just kept on rolling.
Yeah. So I mean, bottom line is just bringing it back to the beginning of the whole conversation. What I guess time will tell. I'm gonna hope for his sake that his movie is picked up, number one, by another picked up by another distributor and redistributed, and we'll do what we always do here, and once that time happens we will encourage people to go out and watch it,
If it's
black or
good.
white. We'll encourage people to go out and watch it. I'm gonna encourage people to go support it anyway, because it'd be nice for him to get a nice comeback. I mean, like I said, I've already, I first of all, I always, like I said, he's a good actor. So the Sundance reviews, like I said, they've already the critics have already reviewed the movie. There's really no reviewing left to do. I mean, I guess there'll be some, but they the people, they've got it good reviews already of the film, because some media has seen it already, obviously, especially if they were at Sundance. So now it's just a matter of the film gets released, and we'll see. And it just remains to be seen if black people will show up for him. I might, if a gun to my head, I'm saying no. Gun to my head, are black people gonna show up for him and make this movie a hit? I'm saying no. Based on history involving him, not just history. I'm not just pulling it out of the sky. I'm going based on the history involving him. I'd say no, but I hope I'm wrong. Hope people go out and support it. But yeah, with that, so Harvey Weinstein. Speaking of which, another segue. So Harvey Weinstein has his, once again, while everyone's worried about what Diddy did, he did it, Diddy didn't do it. Harvey Weinstein rape conviction in New York has got overturned. So, meanwhile, on white news, Harvey Weinstein gains an appeal. He wins his appeal for New York. So the 2020 rape conviction that he got in New York has been overturned. Now, like I said at the top of the show, doesn't mean he's not being released from prison. So far, they said that's not an option, but that is one step in them ultimately right under our noses, getting this man out of jail, getting this man out of prison.
But meanwhile, the same district attorney of New York, Alfred Bragg, who's supposed to be so heavy on, he came down on Jonathan Majors like he did something so incredibly wrong. But now you got this cracker doing what he did, and you can let it slide. But I'm gonna shut up.
So they overturned this, and this like you said, the same district that, but they come down on Jonathan Majors like he really just Jonathan Majors is a black man that allegedly did something to a white woman, so they're gonna come down on him. This guy's a white man that did something to all women, white, black, and everything else, and they're overturning his conviction. People saying it's not a big deal because he's not going to be released from jail, but guess what? It is a big deal because it shouldn't be overturned. He was convicted. He was convicted of rape, and that's been overturned. So, like I said, here's a man who actually committed a crime, who's actually been convicted of committing a crime, right? And he's being he's working on fixing that. That's step one, right? And once again, I always keep going back to Diddy, because Diddy is a asshole. Obviously, he did a lot of asshole stuff to people, and like I said, I don't feel sorry for him at all, because the things that the way he treated his artists, it's all coming back to him. So I don't really feel sorry for him, but that don't mean that I'm standing for the fuckery either. I'm not with that either. I'm not with the piling on people either. And of course, everyone trying to get a bag, people trying to get trying to get a come up. So that's just gonna happen. That happens a lot with many celebrities. But like I said, we, meaning our people, treat him like he committed a crime, or that we know he committed a crime, because we don't know. He hasn't. He hasn't committed a crime. He's just a freak. Being a freak isn't a crime. Doing the freak offs, that's not a crime. Paying a man, having a man watch you, or whatever. You watch a man have sex with your woman. It might be freaky. It might be this. It might be kind of whatever. But it's not a crime. It's not a crime. So whatever his little fetishes or fantasies is, they're not crimes. So the fact that we stick on it so long is just asinine to me, when there's other things going on where actually people are actually committing crimes and nobody talks about it. So that's pretty much that. Let's hope that Jonathan Majors gets a little push through, breakthrough there. So yeah, Weinstein is it says here he's serving a 23-year sentence for the convictions in question. While his 2020 conviction has been overturned, he will not be released from prison, as a further conviction of rape from 2022 still stands, for which he was given a 16-year sentence. Right? You noticed, obviously, Weinstein. Remember, they took him out of prison and put him on house arrest. Remember when COVID was going around? They didn't take R. Kelly out. They made his ass stick right in. R. Kelly stayed right in jail. They're like, nigga, we okay, man. It's COVID. They took Weinstein's ass out and put him on house arrest during COVID. So, yeah, that's funny. So anyhow, that's pretty much that. But yeah, as far as the top mob films, man, like I said, 50 years ago, Godfather 2 came out. It's I think we ran down a pretty good list of sequels that could have been or was better than the original or the first part or its predecessor. I can't think of any more. Uh, so that's that. But my top five mob films was and I'll put it in the chat room too. It's definitely a Bronx Tale. Um, I guess I'll put that at number 5. Really enjoyed that one, but then I'm gonna go with uh, the Untouchables at 4. I'm gonna go with Donnie Brasco. No, let me reverse that. Donnie Brasco at 4, Untouchables at 3, Goodfellas at 2, and The Godfather at 1. That's if I'm gonna go 5. If I went 10, Godfather 2 would be in there, but I'm still going with The Godfather above Godfather 2 only because that's just my preference. I thought, I don't know, maybe because of the significance of it. And, The Godfather 2 was destined to be successful because of the success of The Godfather. But it's just that Coppola delivered and told in some people's mind, a better story. And like what Ralph pointed out, he told a dual story. He basically told two stories. He told two movies. Could have been two different movies, in one. So I can understand why people would think it's better, but it's just not what I think. But it's right there. It's 1 and 1A when it comes to mob flicks. I got a lot of honorable mentions. Like I said, I did mention Miller's Crossing is one of my favorites. It just didn't crack my top 5. That might be right outside with 6. Casino is 7. I'll go with what's the Scarface. Scarface will probably go up to maybe 6. So that's in there. Mobsters. I did like Mobsters. Yeah. So is that it? Oh, The Departed. Yeah, I like that one. And there was another one that I know that I'm missing that I really liked, and it was I already said a Bronx Tale. That's in my top 5. But anyway, yeah, that's
I kind
my
of
top. Yeah.
I like Black Mask. I don't know if that really qualifies as a mob movie. I
Yeah.
mean, it is on a mobster.
It definitely
Yeah,
does. Black Mask.
yeah, it does. That's a mob flick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I would think of also Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
One that didn't get a lot of play, but it
That's
probably should
Cartel,
have.
right?
Well, no, Once Upon a Time in Life is basically just the rise of the mafia in
Mafia. Oh, Once Upon a Time in America. Okay, yeah, I was
right.
thinking about
the King of New York.
King of New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoodlum.
Yeah.
Hoodlum
Yeah,
was...
I would also add one that I don't think gets a lot of play, but it was really good. American Me. If I never saw it with James Edward Olmos.
American
that
Me
was good.
American Me was good. That felt more like a gangster film with gangs, not per se mafia.
It's still if it's organized crime, it's organized crime.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it. Mob films are anything that has to do with organized crime, because unfortunately, because of the RICO Act, everybody's been pulled under the same umbrella as the mob. So regardless to whether it's gang or it's mob or it's Russian mafia or it's Yakuza, it still could. You still could get hit with the RICO. If you could get hit with the
Of
RICO,
course.
you mob to me.
Yeah, I'll probably also put the town. I like the town. I like the town.
Oh
a lot.
yeah, yeah.
I like the town a lot.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm always constantly putting that one part out where he comes up to us. I say, yo, this is your ride or die, homie. He said, yo, I need your help. I can't tell you what we about to do, and I can't have you answer no questions, and we're gonna
You gotta go hurt some people. Whose car we
he
taking?
said, which car we taking? I said, see, that's a rider right there. That's a rider right. He said straight up, I need your help. Can't tell you what we're doing. We're gonna hurt some people. Well, whose car we taking?
Let's go.
Let's go. Bro.
Let's go.
That's the homie right there. I said, don't get no. I said, if you know how people be doing with the memes, I'm like, yo, if I can't count on you like this, I don't want you as a friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that part.
If I can't count on you like this, if I can't come to you and say, yo, I need your help, because notice the key phrase he started with, I need your help. That's what he started with. I need your help.
I can't tell you shit, but I need your help.
Can't tell you what's happening. Can't have you ask questions. You can't ask me later, and we're gonna hurt some people.
Basically, what he's saying is, I ain't giving you a chance to back down. I ain't giving you a chance to say never mind. Nah, you good.
I mean, he gave him a chance because he could have said, nah, I ain't with that. But
when somebody comes with you, when somebody comes to you with that kind of urgency, you automatically know, like, you know what, this Negro needs.
What's up?
I'm gonna have to. Let's go.
I'm gonna have to come through it and do it.
It is what it is. We'll figure it out later on.
Yeah, but he said you can't ask me about it later. He said, I can't tell you what we're doing. You can't ask me about it later. And we're going to hurt some people. He told all you need to know is we're going to hurt some people. Okay. Well, whose car we taking? That's a great. I love that. Yeah, the town was good.
If you get somebody to say we're going to hurt some people, and that's your ticket in, that says a lot about an individual. Like,
well, it says a lot about an individual. It says a lot about their friendship, because you're basically telling you, I'm about to get you in trouble, bro. Possibly, I'm about to get you in some trouble. So I'm just letting you know that now. But I need your help, and you had me at I need your help. You know what I'm saying? So
what are we talking basically about? Ain't nothing else to talk about. Like you said, what car we getting in?
What car we going in? That is the greatest, man. Yeah, I like the town. The town was good. Is there any other joints that you could think of? I already said Miller's Crossing. That was awesome.
Oh, the one with oh god damn it. Indiana Jones's son.
Lawless? Yeah, I kind of like that one. I kind of like that one.
That was Lawless was the bomb. Yo, he did his thing in that. He did his thing in that. Him and what's his face? But what's his face is a phenomenal actor anyway. Venom.
Oh yeah, of course. That was the one. What was the one when he was the twins? Wasn't that a mob joint?
No, not the one when he was the twins. This is the one when they were the bootleggers. This is the one. Lawless was the one when they were the bootleggers.
Okay, no, but I mean the one where he played those twins. That was a mob flick, wasn't it? Where he played two parts. I'm talking about the guy who played Venom. I can't think of the name of the movie though. He played twins. They were mobsters. They were. That was a mob flick.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
What's it?
I gotta look up. What's the guy's name? Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy played. He played the French twins.
Oh yeah. It was based on a movie called The Craze. It was called Not
Those
Hardy.
French
It's
twins.
not Hardy. It's maybe that was it. Hardy? Was it Hardy?
It was Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy.
No,
He
But
played two parts.
no, Legend. It's called
Legend. It's called Legend.
Legend. But
Legend.
it's based on these two English mob.
He
Yeah,
played the
correct.
Cray twins. The Cray twins. Yeah. They were mobsters.
Yeah, Cray twins. Yep, that's what it was. Yeah.
They
the Cray twins.
Super crazy.
Yeah. That was pretty dope. What else? I'm looking some up because oh well, even though it came along so late, the Many Saints of Newark, obviously the mob film.
No,
It is a mob film.
No, yeah, it is, but
connected to the Sopranos.
I know, but it does not have the quality of the Sopranos.
But that wasn't the question. I'm just saying that it was a
I know, but it's not a very good.
The bottom line, it's a mob movie.
It is.
Yeah,
it is
it's
a
a
mob
mob
movie. It was just
that was all involved in the mob. The Hoffa, all of that stuff. Was involved in the mob.
Yeah.
Hoffa, Gotti, all that. Yeah, Hoffa was definitely a mob flick.
Yeah,
Irishman.
I didn't like the Irishman. I thought the Irishman, for all the hype, it didn't live up to the hype, and it was too damn long. It didn't.
You know what? As much junk as I talk about Martin Scorsese, that's the one movie by actually like.
You sure do talk. You sure be killing Scorsese. I'm surprised that's the one you subscribe to.
Yeah, I actually subscribed to that one because it was a well written script. I mean, it was long, but it was a well written script. It was a very well written script. They put that thing together really well, really well. It was very it was very what's the word that I'm looking for? It was very not just entertaining. But it was like a lot of stuff that, and again, you don't know, which parts are fictionalized and which parts are actually true. But they put the story together really well. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it.
Yeah. Someone here's We Own the Night pop.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that's another one.
Dope. That was dope too. Yeah. Oh, you know what one I forgot? I'll probably gonna have to put that. It might crack my top 10 too. A History of Violence. History of Violence. That was good. That was my joint, yo. That was a good one. It was one of them mob flicks that you didn't know was a mob flick at first, because it was like, him trying to escape the family and stuff like that. Oh man, yeah, History of Violence was good. That was another well written joint. Yeah, man, that's that's what I think, man. Like I said, I can't go. I mean, Scarface is in my top 10. I'm not saying that it's not in my top 5, but it just didn't crack my top 5 for some reason.
Which one would you go with Pacino? Not The Godfather, Scarface or Carlito's Way? Which one you going with better?
I don't know, man. Scarface is definitely the sexier choice, so to speak. Because of Scarface really because of his character and the.
No, you didn't just say no Diddy.
Yeah, right. He just said no Diddy. Look at this guy.
He said sexy.
I said the sexier choice. I'm not talking about people. I'm just talking about this guy said no Diddy.
You got to be clear. Let's be clear about what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I just admitted that I went to a Diddy party, so
You got to be clear.
I was at a Diddy. I partied with Diddy. Oh,
that is a hard choice though to pick between, because I love Carlito's Way. That's actually one of my that is one of my top 5 Al Pacino movies.
Most definitely. Yeah. But which one was like you said, it's Scarface is a more sexy role, but which was the media role? Was it Scarface or is it Carlito?
What do you mean?
The meteor role?
Yeah, like you really saw it wasn't about the gimmick, it was really about the acting, and he really put himself into the role. It's because I gotta
Both
say for
of them.
Scarface, because
Well, I
Scarface,
mean, listen.
you had to learn an accent for Scarface.
Yeah. And
You
and not just an accent, he had to learn
And
a
Carlitos
language.
did.
He didn't
Yeah.
speak Spanish. He didn't
Yeah.
speak because remember,
Well, you got to remember too. The same
what's the
thing
man
for
name?
Carlito.
Stephen Bauer.
Because remember, Carlito, he's
helped.
playing a Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he's playing Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Yo, Al Pacino was that guy.
The only Italian guy that stayed playing
somebody
Yeah,
else.
it's something that ain't Italian. I mean, now granted, well, actually, he had to learn Italian for The Godfather. He didn't know
Yeah.
Italian. He had to learn Italian for The Godfather. And then now Italian and Spanish is close. It's not, there's a lot of similarities in it. But it all depends on the dialect as well. When it comes to Spanish, there's so many different dialects, that language. So him learning the Cuban dialect and the accent and the language, because Stephen Bauer pretty much taught him. They worked on it for months together. Stephen Bauer basically taught him how to speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that guy is just such a good actor, man, when it comes to that. But he I don't know, he passed for. I mean, the whole thing of him playing a Cuban is just crazy.
but then him playing a slick talking Puerto Rican from the Bronx. It's like, yo, he bodied that.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did, man. I mean, he is definitely I don't know, man. That dude is like I said, him and De Niro, man. We already had that discussion when we did their verses. We was facing them off with their movie roles. But they both emerge into the
You know
role.
what, man? We need to go back to doing stuff like that. We need to go back.
To go back to the verses.
Yeah.
We gotta go back to the movie verses. Yeah, I think so. Yes, I'll go back to the movie verses and the actor versus the director versus. Revisit those because there's more to do. Untouchables was definitely one of my favorites, man. Yeah, because when my man said, "Yo," that scene where he had him with the baby carriage. Oh man,
Yeah,
that scene was crazy. You got him? Yeah, I got him. Take him. Bong. Shot him right in the mouth before he even said two. Yeah. And that what my man said. That had mad quotables too, because you got my man Sean Connery. Rest in peace. When he said, "Yo, you want to get composed? Well, this is how you get composed." He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. Yeah.
Even
let me tell you something,
Robert
man.
De Niro, the best part about that movie was when Robert De Niro was walking around that table with that bat.
Yeah, with the bat.
Oh my God. Iconic.
I was just
iconic.
Like, he's just being
but I get nowhere if the team unless the team wins. Team.
Bam. Wins. Team. Bam. I say, yo, that was crazy. You just knew somebody was getting it. You knew somebody was getting it. And everybody just sat there like, oh,
and you notice he had that same scary look that he had on his face as the captain from whatchamacallit. God damn it. Why can't I think? Oh damn it. What's the scary movie
where back?
No, where Robert De Niro played the captain on the boat.
Cape Fear?
Cape Fear.
Oh, okay.
Cape Fear.
Well, I call him the captain because he had the
Max Cady.
captain hat on.
Max Cady.
You
were my lawyer. You're supposed to defend me.
You want to defend me? Yo, that is the greatest, bro. Shout out to Bobby De Niro. But How about is it considered? Nah, I don't consider that a mob flick, but I love the film. Would you consider Sleepers a mob flick?
Nah,
Oh, nah,
nah. I
nah.
would nah. That
Because
deals that deals with that
that
deals
was
with the
more like
church.
revenge. That was more revenge. You know, against it was against a system, but not mafia. But I love that film. One of my favorites.
Yeah,
One of my
it's the same way. Like I wouldn't put like Mystic River in there,
right,
although he
right.
is a mobster, but it's not a mob movie. You know.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
wait a minute, I gotta pause. I'm gonna say something for a second. Listen, I've been finding this site on YouTube by Vanity Fair and GQ, these career retrospective videos. And listen, guys, I really love them hearing the actors going back and talking about their roles.
Yeah.
However, you guys are skipping too many films in these actors retrospectives that stood out, and you're just, I don't know if you're ignoring them for lack of time or anything. Like I was looking at the one on John Malkovich the other day, right? But you don't have anything in there about In the Line of Fire, right? You don't have anything in there about Reds. You give me Con Air, you gave me a couple, but those two films are probably his most known work, and you just skipped over those. You didn't discuss it. Then I'm looking at Michael Keaton. Yeah, of course, you give me Batman. Nothing there about Pacific Heights. Nothing in there about him being in Toy Story. Toy Story, where he was the, if you want to be technical, he is the first on-screen Barbie. I mean, on-screen Ken, because he's playing Ken.
Yeah.
Cars, any Jackie Brown. So I don't know if you have someone that has that type of
Catalog.
resume catalog, maybe be a good idea to do it in part one and a part
Yeah,
two.
do a couple different parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely I can see that. Um Before I go, couple of good mob TV shows. We'll just throw that as honorable mention. Obviously, Boardwalk Empire was a good one.
Yeah.
The Sopranos would be number one. For me at least. But Boardwalk Empire was a good one. What else? A good show? Oh, what's it called? Ozark. That was Cartel. You know, Ozark, Breaking Bad, maybe. That was organized crime for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Did we give it on to Miami Vice because they kept fighting organized crime? Just saying.
That's a cop show, though. It's a cop show.
But everybody in fight was a gangster.
I want to bring this up. I just saw an interview on Tamron show with the cast of New York Undercover. I was today years old when I found out that the cast of New York Undercover never went around as a cast promoting the show. They never got on anybody's talk show. They did no press runs for the show. There were no posters out. There was no merchandise, and they were still at one point the number one show on Fox. Fox was pushing obviously 90210. They were pushing all the other shows that they had out, but was not pushing New York Undercover as far as the now that is when I say I'm gonna that's where I'm gonna come and agree with Kev and say that is when black people showed up for the show. That was New York Undercover because it stayed the number one show on Fox, but Fox wasn't promoting it.
Man, that was a Thursday night. You went from Martin to Living Single to New York Undercover. Man, you
All the
wasn't
black
going.
shows
You wasn't
kept
going
Fox
nowhere.
afloat.
Yeah, you
All the
wasn't
black
going
shows
nowhere that
kept
night.
Fox afloat, and Fox wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't going nowhere. But it kept those shows. That lineup kept Fox afloat for a long time, and then they just kind of canceled them and moved on to the other shows. But yeah, I just found out because Tamron had the original cast on her show, and they said they never got a chance to go out and promote and go on anybody's talk show or any other show and promote New York Undercover as a cast, like or anything like that. I'm sure they probably got their own individual stuff, and they're gonna plug the show, but they never got a chance to promote it as a cast, which
I
is
remember seeing
kind
Malik.
of.
I remember seeing Malik Yoba from time to time, and only him. But I remember seeing him from time to time coming on Arsenio. Right, but the other guy who I can't. No,
Michael DiLorenzo. Yeah.
No, I don't remember him. I don't. Damn, the girl, the captain, Lauren Velez.
Yeah.
No, the captain.
Lauren
No,
Velez.
but
Nope.
Malik Yoba, yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, they never traveled. So, which is really, really weird to me. And I'm just like, man, that's too bad, man. That was a great show. I really loved that show. And
I
that
still got
show,
the soundtrack from New York Undercover.
that show pushed the culture forward. And that's what Malik Yoba said on his interview. He said, the show was constantly, we were always tasked of, no matter what, pushing the culture forward and representing, on the show. And that's what we did, whether it was fashion, music, whatever the case may be. It was like, remember when they had Natalie's, you always had a musical guest, the fact, and then they, Fox completely destroyed that show when they changed it up. No reason to change that show up. They had to water it down and whitewash it a little bit.
Reason to change that show up. They listen.
Well, they had a reason, but I'm just saying from my.
I think it was money. I think it was money. The cast wanted more money.
That show up because they only use us to get their numbers up.
Yeah. I agree because that's what happened. Like you just said, Ralph just ran down the lineup. And Living Single, you had Martin, you had New York Undercover. These are shows that were carrying Fox, and then UPN came behind them and did the same thing.
Yeah,
everybody was putting the black shows out to get the viewership up. The business model up, and then it was like, okay, now let's go ahead and NBC was like, oh, look at this. I see Living Single. Well, we're gonna make a show called
Friends. We got to thank for that Norman Lear.
Yeah, real quick before we end the show, there has been a lot of backlash on this Good Times. It hasn't gone to the wayside. This Good Times show animated series has caught a lot of backlash since the last time we talked about it. And everybody's doing videos now. All the different, YouTubers and bloggers, most of the YouTubers, they're doing videos killing this thing. There's one guy, I forget his name, but I appreciate him because he did a video. He is a voice actor himself, so he knows a lot of the people on this show personally, and he gave one of the best non-biased reviews, I think, because he said he doesn't really have a dog in the fight because he didn't grow up watching Good Times. He said, I'm not a big fan of the original show. He said, I'm aware of the show. I know the significance it is to our people, but I didn't watch the show growing up. I didn't watch reruns of it, whatever. But and on the other side of things, he's friends with Sleek Johnson. He's friends with Jay Farrow. He's friends with JB Smooth, all of that, right? And he's like, and he knows Cree Summer as well. He's like, I'm friends with a lot of people. I got their numbers in my phone. I can call them. But he was like, bruh, what are you doing?
Wait a minute. Cree Summers is on this too?
Yeah, she's one of the voices. I think she's one of the cockroaches. I think she's one of the
cockroaches.
I sat here last week and I watched episode 1. And I must say, I was disgusted. I did not find anything about the show. I think on the entire show there was one thing I laughed at, but it was like a sight gag. But other than that, I'm like, no, it's not funny. It's not even the whole thing with the homage to the Evans. Like the episode 1, like she was trying to win the Good Housekeeping Award because that was in the Evans family history.
That was in the family.
Okay,
and that was actually from an episode. We covered that the week that you were not on. We had Bruce on with us. Shout out to Bruce Penn. When we covered that, that was actually an episode.
Oh wait!
From the original.
Listen, I did check. I got to the airport and I did because you saw me. I was online for a few minutes. I was online. I'm not even gonna lie about this. I was sitting there in Terminal B of Newark Airport online, right? Eating some Panda Express. I said, okay, let me tune into the show. As I'm sitting there eating my rice with the green bean chicken breast, these two New Jersey transit cops come walking by me, thick as hell. One of them is carrying a 12 gauge shotgun with a set of bullets along her chest, and I was like, what the hell? So I had to get off because I was like, well, what's about to happen?
I was like, I gotta free my phone up. I need in case I got World Star.
Yo, I'm dead serious. I was sitting there on my tablet eating my food, right? And she walked by me, and homegirl walked by me.
About to be on
like light skin girl. Maybe Puerto Rican, about 5'6", 135 pounds. She was stacked, but she had a 12 gauge shotgun in her hand, cocked, ready to shoot some. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So I had to get off the air. I got that last thing. Like, what the fuck is about to happen?
I was trying to get to
Who's she going after? Who he going after?
You should have put yourself on camera. This is Ralph with Real Talk. And I'm about to get the exclusive. I'm following the cops.
Nah, know what I was gonna do? I was really about to go on camera and be like the Blair Witch Project, like I'm on the loan. I don't know what's going on, but just in case I don't make it, I want to tell y'all something.
nostrils flaring up.
Homegirl walked by me with a shotgun.
You would have been following her with that shotgun, and she would have turned around, babysit your ass there.
Oh, hold on. I actually did. Because where the food court is at in Terminal B, right? She walked by me, so I packed all my stuff back up, and I walked down it. She still had the shotgun, but then she's running into these two other transit cops, and they're sitting there talking. But homeboy got a 12 gauge shotgun in his hand too. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
They was waiting for something. They must have got a warning that something was about to.
They was looking. Either they was looking for somebody, or somebody was about to fly in there that needed that kind of protection. But I was just like, whoa, she got the 12 gauge. Click clack.
And that's kind of dangerous to have in an airport because you can.
Something was about to go down.
The next time that happened, Ralph, you might want to.
What do you mean next time? You mean next time?
I was like,
go be there next time. Clear, I'm not going back to Terminal B.
He said, I'm not going back to Terminal B.
I was thinking Terminal A.
You might want to take cover because depending on what kind of buckshot they got in that gun, that spatter is coming at you like that. That's like the size of those pellets are about the same size as a 9mm bullet inside of a 12 gauge.
No chances. I'm not going back.
Man,
yo, that's crazy, man. But shout out, yo, Well, that's funny.
Shout
I'm
out to
sorry.
you, Shorty. I don't know who you are.
Shout out to you, Shorty, with the shotgun
And the hips and that.
She,
sorry.
But she had the hips in there.
Oh
She
my
had the
God,
hips
that's what first got me, because she was walking by me.
And you
right?
didn't say nothing, Ralph. You didn't say you look so sexy.
Nah, bro. She was holding
until
the
I had the
shotgun.
until I saw the shotgun. I was like, nope.
My
You
dumb
not
ass
you
would have been like,
because I didn't want to hear this.
gun.
Nah, because I didn't want to hear this. You have been pre-selected for random search. No, thank you.
Yo, you automatically get put on the do not fly list. Like what's your name?
No,
what terminal
thank
you
you.
going? What airline you going to? Can I see your ticket, sir?
Right, and I was coming back, so I was back home, and and I'm I'm already through TSA. I'm on the outside of TSA, so I was not trying to hear you have been selected to be randomly searched. Let's go. No. But I went looking for it. And I found them, and I was like, ooh. And I thought about taking a picture. I was getting the cell phone ready. I saw the two other cops she was talking to. They had 12 gauges. I was like, never mind, because something about what's about to happen.
Yo, they all walking with 12 gauge is about to be on and popping. But anyway, let me sign off to everybody over. Everybody over
wait,
there.
hold on, Wes. I want to go back to an earlier point. I'm sorry, Wes. I don't mean to cut you off. See, that goes to show you how nosy black people are. We should be running from the guns, and what Ralph did.
Hey, listen. I'm telling you this. If you would have saw her,
was not. I mean, now I see the what. See, I just have to stop in mid range. What I was just saying. I was just about to say that is not a black man trait, but then you just said, "Look at the woman." Oh well, no, that is a black man trait. My bad.
She came walking by me. She was built like J-Lo, and I was like, oh my God,
Jesus,
Lord,
those blue cop pants was hugging that ass tight. I was like, oh, and then she turned around and saw the 12 gauge. I was like, oh wait, whoa, what's about to happen? And she listen. We have seen movies where people have had shotguns in their hands, right? Some people throw it over their shoulder. Nah, she had that with the two hands on the handle and the barrel, ready to clock it, like she was ready to go.
She was ready.
She was ready to point it. I was like, no.
We gonna call her Shotgun Shorty.
Yeah.
Let's shout out to the Shotgun Shorty.
Pointed up in the air, or was it down towards the ground?
No, it was pointed towards the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. I'm not. Nope. You have been selected for a random search.
My honorable mention mob TV show, people should check it out, is Tulsa King. That was actually pretty cool.
That was the show.
That was a good show with Sylvester Stallone.
Did the damn thing.
Oh, he did his thing on that show, man. Tulsa King.
Him and you know who else did a good job too? Is Hawkeye. What's his name?
Oh, the mayor of
the mayor,
mayor of Kingston.
Kingstown.
I saw one episode. I was like, wow, they really going hard with this.
They doing their thing on that. So everybody, definitely shout out to IG. Thank you everybody that came through and check this out over there at IG. I know I'm getting some crazy notifications over here, but it looks like they're still running. If it's not, then sorry. Then we of course, everybody who came through on Facebook, everybody that obviously came through the chat room. And let me see the poll. Is the poll up here? Is it done? So far we have 60% saying true. The Godfather Part 2 is better than Part 1. 60% of the poll so far, 60 to 40% true, according to our viewers and listeners voted. So that's what's up. And yeah, man, we will definitely catch y'all next week. We appreciate y'all joining in. Joseph, of course, everybody that came through in the chat room, everybody that checked in. What's up? Holding us down. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.